What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another stream. Today, we're going to be back in Last Epoch, seeing how much power we can gain for our Sorcerer Ursinius. Um, Last time, we finally made it to Welrin, right? Which was the first our first quest or objective, right? Was to get there. Hey, what's up, Gators Raid? How's it going? Also, thanks again for the follow. It was much appreciated. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy your time here. And if you feel like having yet another point of contact with me and the people and some other folks, feel free to hop into that Discord as well. No pressure, only if you feel like it. Um, but yeah, so we finally made it back to Walren. And that's kind of where we stopped. We learned how to craft stuff, so that's good because that's like a whole section of the game that I had no idea. Right on, man. Cool. How you doing today? But yeah, so we're going to continue with that today. And yeah, make sure to follow or join the Discord or whatever. And yeah, let's hop into it, see what's going on. Okay. Did I actually need to talk to this person?
Yes?
Oh, yeah, no, that was just that other section. We're not going to do that right now. Um, what era was it? Not bad eating breakfast right now. How am I? I am doing great. I have not eaten anything yet, but breakfast at some point sounds great. What are you having for breakfast? Share with the class, why don't you? Was it back here? Waypoint locked. What am I looking at? Why am I lost? What is this shit? Find the outcast in the Risen Lake. Just mac and cheese. I don't know if I've ever had mac and cheese for breakfast, but I suspect that it tastes
Farewell.
just as great in the morning as it does at any other time of the day. So, right on. I hope you enjoy that. Now, is it like straight mac and cheese, or do you have like fancy stuff like bits of chicken and bacon, whatever? Just moved to an apartment from being homeless, so I'm a little limited. Well, dude, fucking congratulations for having an apartment. That's amazing and a huge step up. And there is absolutely nothing to feel bad about having mac and cheese for breakfast because mac and cheese tastes great. So, yeah, there's like absolutely nothing wrong with that. But that is amazing, and you should feel really proud of yourself that you are, improving your situation and making these strides. So that is fantastic. Panera bread kind. Oh, I've had that one. That one's great. I love that one. Yeah, it's delicious. Okay, this is where we're at. Right. Finally. Oh, so it actually. Oh, they got these fools. You should be happy for yourself. You should feel really proud. Yeah, that's a huge accomplishment. A lot of people, when they're stuck in like a bad situation and have stuff like that happen, they can't move past it. So the fact that you're making that kind of progress is amazing, and you should feel proud. Stupid eyeballs. They're the tankiest sons of bitches on the planet. Grab the shards. We have to remember to occasionally stash those shards because we were basically full noob, uh, just like moving them all into our stash or whatever, as opposed to their special area for crafting. because we're smirked like that. Actually, that one's like not even my fault, right? Like, this game is in beta, and most of the systems are in place and work, but oft overlooked is like documentation. So like the little readout thing that explained how to do crafting should have said, like, when you want to actually craft something, make sure you sort of move all your shards into this special inventory. Not only that, but like we're making life more difficult on ourselves too, right? Because all this time I'd pick up, like, in the beginning I've kind of stopped picking up stuff. But can we delete that wannabe famous thing? Yes, this, like most ARPGs, this is the same genre of game, and they all kind of have a similar sort of like play style and stuff. So far, I'm enjoying this a little more than I did Diablo 3 personally. Spammers indeed. Our resident mod is in chat and is gonna take care of it in a second here. Make sure you ban those, by the way, Shrimp. Not just delete, but just ban the spam stuff. Yeah, I don't really want any of that in here, you know?
Sorry, I had to figure out how to do it on it.
But yeah, okay. So anyway, as I was saying before, we got interrupted by the rude spam, right? Yeah, like it is like Diablo 3. I sort of like this more, possibly just because it's like a fresh, like new, like setting and all of that. I'll remember them getting this cocky. The spammers. Yeah, well, I'm a new streamer, right? Like I'm only at this for what, 2 months maybe now. Um, they're not like an every time occurrence, right? Like not every time I stream do I have bots come in and post shit like that. But I have noticed when they do pop in, they hid. Huh, that's interesting. In 2015 and 2016, yeah, no, they're more blatant now, but they definitely I've noticed always appear in pairs. I've never had like that spam pop up for like the get famous bullshit. I've had it just be one post. It's always been like a pair of posts. Pebble's collar apparently is the only relic that our character can ever find. Yeah, I don't know. I have fun with ARPGs. I like them a lot. Not all of them, right? Like I can't like sink as much time as some people into them, but overall the gameplay loop is really fun and satisfying, and it's kind of relaxing, right? Because like you don't have to pay like super close attention. I mean, you kind of have to pay attention because you can die, like if you don't watch what you're doing. But like you don't have to like follow a twisting story that has all these convoluted plot twists and whatever, right? Like as long as there's an interesting setting and your dude is doing like some cool stuff, it's like I'm happy. Looks like having that little bit of necrotic damage resistance actually was made a... Yeah, we bumped it up to 34, so we can actually stand up to some of these guys in here now. It's good, because before they were just kind of wiping us off the face of the map instantly. What's what's interesting, speaking of this game, I was watching someone very experienced in this game, stream a few days ago, and the way they were playing compared with the way I've been playing, because this is my first run, was like significantly different. They were basically like skipping a lot of enemies, taking some people out here and there, like essentially speedrunning it, going directly to like all the objectives and whatever. I don't know if that's how they always did it or if they were like specifically doing something special. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. I would look it up first, right? Again, it's like it's not a full release, so it's not done sort of cooking, as it were. So, and it's not like super cheap, right? It is, I think, like $30. So you kind of have to decide if you think there's enough content currently to warrant paying for it, and if you feel confident that the end result is like still going to be worth the money and that you're going to want to come back when it's like fully released. So I was actually like sort of like looking at this game for a long time before I ended up buying it. And yeah, I kind of like it still looked cool to me after like a while and after a few like dev updates and all of that. So then I ended up finally buying it. And you know, I don't regret the choice, but I know for some people they need, you know, like a little more content in place, um, or they just want it to be like a full release, which I think makes sense too. I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't think there's any wrong perspective on when or if you buy a game, right? Because at the end of the day, it's just a product, and it's your hard-earned money that goes into getting it. Yeah, this guy's pretty beefy. He must have like resistance to our damage type or something. Oh look, another Pebbles collar. Now we have 4 of those. So that's either like the only relic that's like in the game so far, or something about whatever like RNG system for those drops has something funky going on with it. Because I really don't think we should get the same item every single time we get a relic drop. At least I hope not, because I don't want to use Pebble's collar. Damn assassins. They dodged my like freezing spell. So rude. Need to be a little bit better with my fireball aim. There we go. Let's see what this bottom corner of the map has. Kind of want to explore everything because at the end of the last, like Thursday, the last time I was streaming this game, I actually found like some random like person that we could save or whatever, right? So kind of like wonder, is there a storyline? There is a storyline, yeah. It's um it's pretty interesting. There's some time travel involved, and basically like the corrupting void is like destroying the world basically in like different timelines and stuff. So you're kind of trying to fix stuff. Um, yeah, I don't want to go like too much into detail because I feel like I can't really explain stuff without spoiling it. I don't want to like spoil story like, but it is existent. It is pretty interesting. Um, I will say I don't know if you played Path of Exile, which is also a great game and a lot of fun. Although a bit too much of like a time sink for me personally. But anyway, um, like that game has a story too, but I couldn't tell you what that story was, even though I played through like a couple times with like different characters and stuff in that game, right? So like sometimes ARPGs have stories that like make no sense and are like purely background. This one is like background, but like it feels a little more put together, right? Like it's a little more cohesive. You haven't played that, but haven't looked into it either. Honestly, I would definitely recommend giving Path of Exile a look. If you like ARPGs, uh, because I don't think this has changed. From what I remember, that game was free, right? So they have like you can pay for cosmetic stuff, but like the game to buy it and all like the main content is all free, right? So if you're looking for a new game or especially like a new ARPG, I look at PoE, absolutely, because you don't have to pay anything. So, and it's a great game too, right? Like, so it's not just like, oh well, it's free, so check it out. It's free and it's a solid game. So, and it's really popular and has a big following, right? So like if you want to play with multiplayer and stuff too, you wouldn't have any problems finding people to play with because it has like a really big following. Ooh, what's this unique shield? We'll stash that for some character that uses shields. It's interesting. There's like classical piano going on in the background. I don't know if you guys can even hear it, but the background music in this game is like super mellow. You look into it, right on. Yeah, I hope you end up liking that game and trying it out. Yeah, that game has a lot of replayability on. I mean, this game does too. Don't get me wrong. Games have come a long way in terms of like setting up different ways for you to like play your classes. So you can make a lot of different characters. You can hear it. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's every map setting has had like relaxing music like that. It's kind of interesting because obviously when you have like crazy mobs of like dudes like coming after you, it gets a little hectic. But in the background, it's still like you have this like soothing classical background music to like ease your nerves or whatever. But yeah, this game has a lot of customization for the characters' skills and builds and all of that. And Path of Exile actually does too. I would say like for me personally, Path of Exile has like too many options. It's like too open. I know most people probably won't say that, but like sometimes it's like impossible to decide how you actually want to like make a character and not like accidentally turn them into like a useless pin cushion for murder. Um, but yeah, if you like a huge sort of like make whatever you want with whoever you want, yeah, that game will definitely fit the bill. We want the glyphs. How many shards do I have? See, it's so cool to just stash them like that. Now we know things because a dude that knows how to play the game told us. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I mentioned that. If I did, and I'm repeating the story, well, old guys do that. But the last time I was playing this, I actually got raided by some random dude that plays this game a lot, and he hung out a little bit in the chat and was like talking to me a bit about the game and whatever. And then he noticed me like unloading my inventory into my stash and like one by one clicking um, like the shards and stuff to move them over. And this dude must have like laughed his ass off or whatever. Um, because then he proceeded to basically teach me like how to actually use the crafting system and how there's like their own they have their own little place that you pick up shards, right? And then you just click transfer crafting areas. It's a button literally right here, right? And then it keeps them all separate, all the materials right here to like craft stuff. And because I've never transferred anything, that's why every time I looked at like the crafting menu, I literally couldn't do anything. So yeah, it was definitely kind of a like knowledge bomb moment where I was like, man, like my brain is just exploding right now with this game knowledge. So the cool thing about that actually was I was able to like actually modify a couple items to like give us some damage resistances. That comes in handy because as a wizard we're pretty frail. As a wizard and an old guy, right? We're like hundreds of years old. Probably. I don't know. They didn't specify his age, but whatever. I, in my mind, am thinking he's like at least 100. Dog grumbles from the hallway. Someone has complaints, and they will be heard. Okay, so I think at this point, probably looked at everything on this map, and we can move on. I think for like subsequent like character roles, I probably won't. What's my favorite class? Um, in this game, this is my first time playing through, so I can't like. I usually end up picking like wizard, like mage based classes or whatever. I sort of tend to fall toward that side of like class selection. That being said, and so far like this is the only dude I've like played as who was the mage, of course, right? That being said, all the classes in this game actually sounded really cool. There's like 5 base classes, and each of the 5 base classes is going to have 3 specializations as well. That give different like perks, and like focuses and stuff. And I'll say, yeah, every class actually sounds like it'd be pretty fun to play as. And I actually I rolled a second character to sort of play around with. I didn't get too far because I'm playing this guy, but I actually rolled one of the other characters, and it was like a rogue character. And I typically don't play rogues and stuff in like fantasy games, but yeah, no, it's just like just as much fun as this character or any other. So I typically will pick like whatever wizard character is there, but I think I'm probably gonna give a try to a lot of the other characters in this game because they're fun. Also, there's like a Beastmaster character who like I guess can summon like animals and turn into like you can be like a werebear. So I think that's pretty cool, right? Because the handle, Hoplite Bear or whatever, it's kind of like, oh, I can like be a bear character, right? Like, why not? And he looks cool, also, right? He's like this like wild man, like ran out of the forest or something. But yeah, yeah. I don't know. What about you? Like, what kind of classes do you typically try and play as in these kind of games? Oh, Soul Cage. That's terrifying. You fool. Underestimated my power. I feel sorry for whatever this thing is. Like, that's kind of sad and horrible. For Diablo 3, I tried the Necro and loved him. Right on. I Necromancer is like a super like popular character. I played him in Diablo 2, which a lot of other people did as well, and that's why they love him. And yeah, that was like a ton of fun playing that character. I haven't played it in Diablo 3, so I don't know if it's like as good, right, as Diablo 2. But then you fell in love with the wizard. Cool. I actually did like my longest and fullest playthrough of Diablo 3, unsurprisingly, was with the wizard, and I actually really liked sort of the options they give you to build them out. I didn't. I tried most. I think I tried all the classes in Diablo 3. I didn't really like the monk as much personally. It just like I know it was viable. You never played Diablo 2? Well, they're in typical Blizzard fashion, they are making a remake, right? So Diablo 2 with modernized graphics actually is like I was about to say right around the corner, but it's Blizzard, so right around the corner could mean like another year or two or more, because they have like the worst track record of like releasing games. But yeah, no, like Diablo 2 is coming back because they like money and they know it's popular, so they're re-releasing it. I tried they have the beta. It is awesome. I played the beta. It's still pretty buggy, and I watched like a cool guy stream it a little bit, and he ran into like some game-breaking bugs. So it's still like the beta is worth trying out, I think, but it's definitely not gonna be ready to be released for a while. Still waiting for Diablo Mobile. I'm waiting for Diablo 4, right? And let's just don't hold your breath, right? For like any Blizzard game, like you just don't hold your breath, right? Because you don't know when, if, whatever the game is gonna come out. It's the sad truth, right? Like I like their games, but like, good lord, their development cycle is the worst thing on the planet. Did we actually get anything that we want to use? Are any of these good? Okay, well, let's put these away. Let's do that. Let's... Crit Strike, Diablo 4 trailer was insane. See, that's the problem. They come out with super cool and like pretty trailers, and it makes you think like, oh, this game is gonna be out within like half a year, and then it's like, psych. Like, yeah, the trailer looks great, but the game is like a year away from being out or more, you know. So yeah, the trailer was awesome and looked really cool, as they always do. But there, unfortunately, like, there's no indication of like when the game will actually be done. This increases mana regen, which we like. This gives us necrotic resistance, which we need. See, but like I kind of wanted the increased elemental damage. Hmm. Oh well. Guess we'll just stick with what we've got. The other interesting thing, right? Based on the trailer, I'm thinking 2025. Yeah. I mean, it could be, right? And of course, it's like hard to say exactly because we like rarely get more information or like updates, right? That's, I will say. So like newer, I say newer. I don't actually know how old the studio making this game is. Last Epoch. But that's one thing I will say. I do like that newer trend of game development where developers will give like an early build for people to try out, and then they'll give frequent updates. Some give more frequent updates than others, but like one of the things I really like about the devs of this game that I'm playing right now is they're actually like very regular about giving updates as to like their progress on new features. They've shared a complete roadmap of sort of like the stages of like the next updates, like and content that's going to be added, and for the most part, as far as I can tell, have been actually following the roadmap that they shared with people. Because it's one thing to say like, here's our map, right, from time to time of like what's going to be added, but if they don't actually stick to it or sort of like honor it, then you know it's meaningless. But like these devs have been really good about giving regular updates, uh, actually doing the updates, right? Like, because it's one thing to tell people what's going on, but if you don't actually, you know, add more content, do more work, adjust stuff, then it's empty words. But they're actually actively doing like what they're saying, which I think is really important, especially with like debacles of games promising one thing and coming out being something completely different. Uh, but that's one thing that I personally don't think Blizzard does well at all, because they like don't update people worth a damn. Just kind of like they get away with it because like they know people are gonna buy this stuff anyway, right? Which is true, right? I'll probably buy Diablo 4 when it comes out, but it still kind of sucks like not really having any like up to date info. So we took out the bones. These skeleton summoners are literally everywhere. Which I guess makes sense if you were like an undead faction that was taking over, but worst part's these assassins. That Nightbot earning its money, earning its keep, doing its job. Still kind of wonder about the timing thing. Like it always pops like those same two messages. I mean, not the same two messages. It pops the two messages like together a lot, even though I put the timers to be different in hopes of them. What made you want to do streaming? A couple things. One thing was I was kind of watching other people stream, right, and they always looked like they were having like a great time, and like they were interacting and like becoming friends with like all these people in their communities. They're basically like building a community, you know. Some more toxic than others, but like like the communities that were full of like support and like just fun and like playing and stuff. I know that always seemed really cool. And then the other thing I was kind of noticing was uh, I found that I enjoyed playing games more uh, like in company, right? Like it's like when you were like younger and sometimes when you're older, like play games with your friends on the couch. So you're just hanging out, talking about random stuff. Sometimes you're playing multiplayer, but sometimes it's just one of you playing, and everyone else is sort of like backseating, making jokes, laughing, or whatever, stuff like that. And that was always like really fun. And I kind of was like, you don't get as much of that when you're an adult and you're working and stuff because you don't really see your friends that much. Um, and I don't know, streaming kind of felt like from watching other streamers and like how they were like interacting with people and playing and stuff. It kind of seemed like you could make that environment, you could build that community where you're just like having fun playing with people, and it's like a nice like easy environment to slip into and not have like stress and bullshit like that. So that's kind of how I figured I'd try it out. Being an adult can suck. Yeah, dude, being an adult sucks all the time. Like even if you're not going through like hardship, right? Being an adult compared with like being a kid, right? I mean, obviously there's exceptions, but like you have to put all these like responsible things before having fun and before doing stuff that you want to and whatever. So, it's nice to like try and create a space that sort of like leaves all that stuff at the door. It's like just come hang out, relax. If you want to talk about serious stuff, you can talk about serious stuff, but you don't have to, right? In fact, it's not like you don't have to talk about anything, right? Like you could just come in and hang out. So that's kind of what I'm trying to build here. Just a nice place for people to sort of hang out, see some games, maybe eventually play some games like together, right? That's also kind of why I mean, everyone has a Discord now, right? Every streamer is like, I have a Discord as well. Like, join mine, join mine. And, it's like no different here. But it makes sense, right? Because it can be a place like everyone can sort of talk to each other and like sort of organize if they want to like find people to play games with. Find people that they're like-minded individuals that they want to talk about stuff with, right? So, you know, it's good. Plus, like being an adult and like making friends and stuff is like really hard, right? Unless you like love everyone you work with, which most of us don't. I don't, right? Like you're not gonna like want to hang out with these people that you spend like 40 plus hours a week with. So it's better like if you can have a community like this where like all you have to worry about is literally nothing, right? You have nothing to worry about. And you can just talk about games and other random bullshit with people and there's no obligations. So, yep. I have a Discord when I start streaming. I also made an account on every gaming platform I can think of so no one takes my name. You know what? That's smart. That's a good way of doing it. I was lucky. Oh, they split into two. Wow, that's weird. I split into. I didn't split into two. I was thinking about the birds, and I was about to say I split into two when I started streaming. I did something similar. I already have basically something on every platform, so I just made sure that I could have like my name on everything. and it's cool to have a name that doesn't have a bunch of numbers. Your handle doesn't have like a ton of numbers after it, right? So you have like something that's like unique. And I was like, I want to do the same thing, so I looked out in that as well, because I didn't want to be like, you know, something something number like 4,532, right? That feels bad if everyone thought of your thing before you. Is something summoning? Yeah, okay. No wonder. Yeah, we don't want that. We want this. Increased void resistance. I think we might actually put that on. Yeah, we're gonna try that out. So that's the objective. This is nothing. Wisps resist necrotic damage. That's fine. Music's picked up pace a little bit. Marsh beetle. Oh, settle down again. It's getting a little intense for a while there. It was the action. Do we want to go to these ruins? Like, I don't have a quest for them. There we go. Nice. Okay, so these ruins kind of look like a big area. They kind of look like they probably have a quest in them at some point. Twitch graphics coming in soon. Gonna trademark your PFP so no one thinks of taking it. Nice, dude. That's super awesome. You have someone making the graphics for you. Also a business major. Hey, that's a solid major to be in. It's one of those majors that can sort of be applied to a lot of different fields. So you should have some options on what you want to do. Huh. Are we gonna finally change our gloves? No, melee damage. We're not changing. What made you decide to hire a dude on Fiverr? Cool. Yeah, I know a lot of people do that. I didn't do that. I just had my moderator, Shrimp Apparel, draw some stuff for me because they volunteered. So I was like, you know what? I'm okay with this. And I think it worked out okay. I like my stuff so far. I'm more simplistic anyway. I don't have a lot of fancy layout stuff and whatever. Like I'm too basic for that anyway. Um, yeah, exactly, Shrimp. It worked out great. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people sort of. A lot of artists are on Fiverr, right? Like that's the whole deal of that place, essentially. Have we been here before? Why is this map filled out? But yeah, the next thing I need to figure out. Well, I need to figure out, and also needs to be made for me. Looking at you, Shrimp. Guy has a high rating and a good portfolio. Nice. Well, I look forward to seeing how all that stuff turns out when you finally get it. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I need to figure out what kind of like emojis and stuff I want, like custom ones for one for my Discord, and two, you know, for the eventuality of being able to have them on the channel as well. So I need to kind of figure out which ones I want to be the first round. Graphic designer in the army, but you lost that skill a while ago. Did you lose that skill, or has it just sort of like hidden away and become rusty?
Better than never having one skill.
Yeah. I don't know, graphic design's like super awesome. I'm sure you could probably like brush the dust off that again if you wanted to. Um, but I think that's super cool. I have zero artistic skill like at all. So I always find that really impressive when people can actually like put together like really cool looking stuff. Both will. Uppers. What is this ring? Arboreal circuit. Movement speed. Nice. Minion armor. See, like that's so annoying. I don't want a bunch of minion armor. Can we actually remodify this? Can we take stuff off? We cannot. Can we add stuff? Doesn't help that with every new Photoshop it's completely different than the last. I can see that. That's kind of that's bad on whoever makes Photoshop. Adobe? Yeah, Adobe's pretty shit about that. Like, let's be honest. They do that bullshit with like Acrobat and whatever as well. Like, they're not very consistent about keeping stuff like the same. And that basically screws over whoever wants to use it. So so it's actually not good. The only thing this gives us is movement speed. So I guess we'll just sit on that. We'll probably let a summoner use that item. Yeah, definitely consistency with software. Like, it's one thing if eventually, like, every once in a while you will need to have like some kind of big update, but you know, it shouldn't be every version changes like the interface completely. I don't know if it changes completely. I've never used Photoshop because again, I don't have the graphical aptitude to even like bother. But you love video editing. You did that every day for 2 years. That's awesome. I hate video editing. Probably because I know I'd be terrible at it too, and have no patience for it. But that's super cool that you enjoy doing that and can actually do that consistently. You probably will be able to make really cool like videos and stuff and edits that will be popular and get a ton of views. I don't do any of that. I do the content and then I just kind of stash it on YouTube in its full 3-hour glory because I don't want to sit around and edit anything. Only annoying thing is the subtitles. What makes the subtitles annoying? Less elemental damage taken. Increased elemental damage. Increased crit. Leached health. We're going to put that on. We have a new outfit. Like, I don't doubt subtitles could be annoying. I'm just not sure what would make them be annoying. The timing and the tediousness? Okay, yeah. I think for me, I applied those same two not the timing, right? Because I'd have to actually edit something to worry about timing it properly and syncing it. But the tediousness for sure for me is something I blanket apply to video editing as a whole. And that's what keeps me away from it. Mostly it's the time that it takes, right? Like, I have full-time work, I have other like responsibilities outside of streaming and stuff, right? Um, and like currently streaming is like a side gig kind of thing, right? So it's kind of hard for me, especially with as much time as I'm already putting aside towards doing this, to sort of also put aside more hours into video editing, right? So maybe down the line, right, if it's like the only thing I'm doing. But for right now, with like so many other responsibilities, it's kind of hard for me to like sit and sort of like edit my video to be perfect for like this platform or that platform. There we go. It's kind of weird that this map was A, partially completed when we popped in here, and B, like we have no, I don't know, like we don't have any objective for being here, so like is this just a side area? Well, I guess we'll just use it as experience, right? And loot gathering. There we go. Oh, there sure is a lot of these. Is that finally all of them? Lightning reminds me of Palpatine. Yeah, exactly. Part of the reason why I enjoy the lightning so much, because like you're doing force lightning all the time. Oh, it absolutely does. Hey, what's up, Darvel? Welcome. Glad to have you in here. How are you doing today, man? If I do another wizard build and I do lightning, I might have to name him Palpatine because of that comment. We'll pop up here and see what's going on in this area. And then we'll have to find our way back too. Do you play MMOs? I personally don't really play MMOs. The only MMO I've ever tried, and it was purely because of sort of like what it was the Old Republic, that like Star Wars MMO. The only one I've ever tried. I didn't. I played like a little bit of it, but not too much. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's a genre I never really got into. Uh, Probably because of the time commitment was one I just, I guess, wasn't willing to make. I don't know. Like, I think they're cool, and I've like watched people play MMOs like a ton before and found it interesting. I just had never got into it myself. Are MMOs something that you enjoy playing a lot, Gators Raid? Doing fine. Finally have the chance to watch you, even if it's only for a short time. Well, hey man, I appreciate that all the same. Some time before pen and paper. Nice, right on. I'm sure it's gonna be a blast. Yeah, cool. And it's much appreciated that you popped in. This is something we want. Actually, it doesn't matter because I don't have the space for it. The light side is boring though. Yeah, that is true. The light side is boring. Like that's something I struggle with because I don't know, like I always play good characters, or typically, right? Like I like feel bad in games like doing bad choices and like whatever. I don't know, like I know it's dumb because it's not real, but I don't know. That's how it is. So I always play like good characters. But without fail, it is like the worst playing light side characters in Star Wars because they get none of the cool, interesting stuff. All the cool stuff is in the dark side. So do you play the Old Republic then? And if so, what kind of character are you rolling? When I played it, I did just the standard like light side Jedi. I don't remember the exact name for it. It wasn't like the Guardian Warrior dude. It was the Sentinel or something like that. It's been a long time, right? Many years, and we're old. But so I did that, and then I also tried out. You've played it a lot. Nice. What's your favorite character then? Kotor kind of had this problem as well. already that the light side skills are kind of lame. Yeah, Darvel, that's completely valid. The light side skills were very boring. It's part of the reason why, I don't know, I like couldn't really get into the character I was playing, partially because he didn't really have any interesting skills. Sentinel is a good class too. Yeah, it was good. It wasn't like as Marauder's favorite. Cool. That was one of the like Sith classes, right? That was like the like warrior based Dark Jedi. Excited for the remake. What remake is this? Are they remaking? Because I haven't followed anything, so any remake would be news to me. Yes? So they're remaking the Old Republic, huh? Interesting. I might take a second look at it after they remake it, I guess. Like, I did have some fun playing it. And I'm a big Star Wars fan, so if there were ever an MMO I would like play again, it would be that. Nice. What they really need is the old Knights of the Old Republic like RPGs. Still have so many other games left to play. Yeah, that's the perpetual problem for all of us, though, right? Like, the backlog is ever expanding, ever increasing. We made an announcement a year or two ago. Which we make probably Microsoft exclusive again. I don't know. That'd be interesting to see nowadays. But I don't know. Like, personally, that wouldn't bother me because like exclusives are fine because I just got around that by having every system. So like it's like okay, that's an exclusive, whatever. But I know for some people that can kind of like cut out a player base, and that's not the best decision in my opinion. The goal for next year is to become a legendary player in the Old Republic. Cool. I didn't even know they had ranking systems in that game. That's awesome. I hope that works out, and you can achieve that. Where are we? Corrupted Lake. Oh, are we back in the future? We are. Huh. Wait, this is our normal quest? Did I go to the... Yes, last epoch. I can stay with time travel? Sort of, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't reinvent the wheel, nor does it try to, which I think is good. Oh, Corrupted Lake was the side thing. Let's go back. Um, yeah, it has some interesting stuff that it tries to do a little differently, like the time travel. So you can do like the same map on different time periods, and it'll be different, right? And the story closely follows traveling through different like time eras and stuff. Um, the gameplay, when it boils down, yeah, I mean ARPGs are ARPGs, right? So I feel like it's safer to not try and reinvent the wheel and just make good gameplay and good content, which I think they've succeeded here. I'm having a lot of fun with this game. I like. I think they found a good balance between. It runs really great. So this game is still in beta, and it's been running flawlessly for me, which I think is really cool. Because I also tried the Diablo 2 beta, and that was not running flawlessly at all. That had a lot of bugs. Oh, 6 viewers. Cool. Yeah, I try not to look at that thing ever. But yeah, that's an awesome number. That's fantastic. Welcome to everyone viewing. Um, yeah, I think Last Epoch does a good job of balancing, uh, like giving you the player options for customization, but not giving like too many. RPG always be killing. I mean, That's basically what you have to do to survive in these games, right? Just hope it's balanced and fun. Never did enjoy one, huh? Well, that's fine. Not everyone has to like enjoy every kind of game. Luckily, the gaming industry is so large, and there's so many kinds of games out there that you can like always find something to play. There's something for everyone. So, I mean, I love RPGs too, but I also like a bunch of other kind of games too. So, not everyone has to like the same stuff. They are time consuming. Yeah, they're doesn't matter how much you like RPGs. That's one thing that you can never sort of deny. They're definitely time consuming. I will say ARPGs, right? Which like this game, I sort of when you don't want a game that's like really time consuming, I think ARPGs are good for that because you can jump right into like action, right? You like get that. I mean, it's in the name, right? Action RPG. It's nice you just like jump right in, start doing stuff. They're simpler. They're typically, not always, typically simpler than classic RPGs. So I think they're easier to get into. You can pick them up and put them down, sort of more casually, or you can go like full in and make specialized builds and whatever. I'm casual. I'm not that fancy, but yeah, I don't know. I still have a lot of fun with them. In Diablo 3, I'll spend 2 hours in an area just mowing people down and looking into every nook and cranny. Yeah, I do. I do the same thing. As you've probably noticed, like I try and complete the map, even though, like, you really don't have to. But that's just kind of how I play them. So I make them time consuming for sure. Can't wait to play your current RPG tomorrow. Yeah, that game, uh, The World Ends With You, Neo, The World Ends With You, is super hilarious, dude. That game is so much fun to like watch, and I'm sure it's a blast to play too. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, no, that game's a hoot, and I enjoy watching it. In fact, hold on, let me take out these people. Okay, go away, go away. And then, if anyone is wondering about what Darvel was mentioning, you should check him out because he is streaming this game, and it's an interesting game, and it's funny. It has a lot of hilarious moments in it, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, so yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, I've had a blast watching you play that game, and I've like literally like laughed out loud at a lot of the stuff like the characters say and do and whatever. So games that are like that are like really special. The dialogue really is fantastic. And also like the characters themselves feel really like fleshed out and good. Like obviously some of them are a little exaggerated, right? But I mean it's a game, so like they kind of need to be exaggerated a little bit. But they're just really funny. Like some of the stuff that they say, it's great. And the music in that game too is fantastic. No, 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 no! Don't shoot those at me. There we go. Yeah, that's true. Having J music that works for us Western people. Yeah, because sometimes it can be pretty polarizing. Um, so they did a great job in that game of selecting music that could appeal to like a really wide audience. That's true. Haha. Shock the spiders. The Prophet of Ruin? Heavens, no. Oh.
Fools. Fools.
We need to take out whoever has that stun attack. Does he have the stun attack? This Dark Seer. There we go. Ah. So we'll go away from the objective right now just to complete the map real quick. Last mana regen. Armor and fire resistance, or slightly less fire resistance, but only 3 mana. That's like useless. Why would I do that? Okay. I don't even remember who gave me that side quest. The one that we're here for. Whoops. Oh, this guy's a beefy boy. Oh no. Oh, they're homing. There we go. We'll make him go away. Bisky. Puppers. Uh-oh. Big attack. A little out of range. The crits on the fireballs are great. Tons of damage. Oh no. Run away some more. Oh shit. So he stuns me and then puts that area, the AoE attack on me. Ah. Nice, there we go. Oh no, there's another enemy. What the hell? I'm not done. I was like celebrating, getting ready to pat myself on the back. Too soon, too soon. Oh, this... Okay, so he summons little ads. It actually seems easier than the other boss. Than the one right before. Huh. I actually, like, resist a lot of the damage she does. It's, like, barely hurting me. Nice. Got him. Big gross worm thing. Why is it that weird worm enemies are following me no matter what game I play? Let's see. Thanks. Ah, yeah. Right, so Neo, the world ends with you. Long-awaited sequel. Was it really 14 years? I didn't realize. Like, I know you had told me that it had been a long time from the first game to the second one. I didn't realize it was 14 years though. That's crazy. Yeah, that's talk about waiting for a long time. Original Nintendo DS. Yeah, that is insane. Ported to mobile. Wait, they put the first World Ends with You on mobile. Also, yes, what Gators Raid says. I didn't actually like. It makes sense, but 14 years since the DS. That's crazy. When you think about it, you're like, yeah, it has been a long time. But at the same time, you're like, holy shit, like it's been a long time. Oh no, we didn't look at this part of the map. Shit. There's okay. We have to bear with me, folks. We're gonna run as fast as our tired old legs can carry us. Although, hold on. Okay, no, it'll probably circle around. Go back. Yeah, I am going definitely. Yeah. There's another part. There's another part there too. There's two parts I haven't seen. Had to revamp the battle system though, as the DS version used the dual screen. Mobile and Switch have an extended OST to make up for that and some extra content. I see. I see. Yeah, the dual screen thing that the DS has going for it is a very unique sort of feature. It's really cool that games that actually take advantage of it. There were some DS games that basically had one screen and then the second screen was just kind of there. But it's nice when they actually use both of them to like have enhanced gameplay. DS came out in 2004, 2005. Damn. That's yeah. Don't worry, Gators. I feel old too. I remember when the original Game Boy came out, that big clunky one, and I was jealous of people that had one because I didn't get one. And then I got the updated, smaller version, and it was like the coolest thing in the world. And then the Game Boy Color came out, and that was like mind blowing because now you could actually see colored screen. Many games just use it for map or menu, which is convenient. Yeah, yeah. That's what I was thinking about when I said games that kind of just ignore it, where it's like yeah, it's just a map, right? Or you just click on it to do menu stuff. And that's like again, like you said, it's convenient, but it doesn't make it more fun. Tui was the game that utilized it the most. Cool. I mean, I'd believe that because pretty much most games that I've played on the DS kind of ignore the second screen. Remember a game you left to play on the Game Boy but don't remember the name? You remember a Graveyard though. Uh, it doesn't like really narrow it down that much. Yeah, no, I loved my Game Boy when I was a kid. I mean, most kids did that had them, but I took that thing like everywhere. I was there for Nintendo dogs. I'll see myself out. Hey, you know what? That's fine. Games cater to different interests, and whether you want to play Nintendo Dogs or you want to play MMOs or you want to play, Call of Duty or whatever, that's fine. We're all gamers. When I got Game Boy Advance, I loved playing Lord of the Rings. Dude, I never played Lord of the Rings on Game Boy Advance. That was probably awesome, though. Easy to learn, hard to master. Game of 2 players. Bottom screen purely controlled with the touchscreen. Huh. Interesting. I could see that being difficult. Yeah, the bottom one being all touchscreen. I'd probably screw that up a lot for a while before I got used to it. They shared the health bar. Huh. Oh no. Oh, I need to stop looking at chat. This is bad. You guys are killing me. Hold on. Shared health bar, huh? Well, that's pretty similar to how it is now, right? Because you guys all have like that same communal health bar in the current version. Lord of the Rings Gollum. Are you trolling right now, Gators? There's no such thing as Lord of the Rings Gollum, is there? The curse of ARPGs, 95% of gameplay is easy mode. You get careless, boom, dead. That's so true. Yeah, every time I've died so far in this game has been like not paying attention and like not dodging attacks, or letting like a mob sort of gang up on me. It's the same for the current game. Yeah. Honestly, the shared health bar kind of makes sense. It works. Look it up. I'm gonna have to look it up because I'm finding it hard to believe that there's a Lord of the Rings Gollum game, and apparently it's coming out next year. What's that?
Release dates
Wow.
traditionally.
Figured out the plan. You guys are trying to get me distracted, so I get swarmed. I mean, it was working really well. Okay, this guy's pretty weak to fire, so that worked. Yeah, I'm glad I came and checked out this area because there's like a whole bunch of map here that basically I would have just missed otherwise, so awesome. All is about the early years. Okay, so it's like back in the past when he was like a not prehistoric, but like the pre-Hobbit, like the older version, ancient Hobbit.
They're going with a different one,
Oh yeah,
apparently. Softer, gentler,
for Gollum.
apparently.
Maybe it's because he's not going to be a weird like monster yet. You know, we're just gonna take this back, right? Because we did the quest in here, and all we found was like the waypoint. So we'll just take this back. Continue on wherever we left off. Through the Stargate! Stargate is a great show, by the way, and everyone should watch it. No, he's still a weird dude. Oh, so it's like he's turned into Gollum, but it's like right after, like when he has the ring of power. I ran into that like a genius. Well, if that game comes out, I'm gonna have to get my Gollum voice ready. The early stages of Gollum, a slightly softer My Precious. Then I don't think my throat could handle doing the voice right now, so I'm not even gonna try. Art design looks a little weird. How so? What makes it weird? I mean, it might be super obvious if I look it up. I haven't looked it up yet. Um, but as a graphic designer, you could probably. Well, hold up. New Harry Potter game? Shut up. What new Harry Potter game? Like, is it finally a real? Because I was actually watching the Sorcerer's Stone yesterday. I was actually hanging out with Shrimp Apparel, and we were watching the first Harry Potter film. And I was saying, looks cartoony Gollum, huh? I don't really like that. I don't really want cartoony Lord of the Rings personally. For PS5, I need to find a PS5. Um, Wait, so is this Harry Potter game gonna be like a legit RPG? That because I've been saying for years to anybody that will listen to me on my soapbox, uh, which is not really true. I've only said it like maybe twice in my life. But Harry Potter needs like a legit semi-open world or full open world RPG, right? Where you just play as a random student and you get sorted into like a house or whatever called Hogwarts Legacy. Okay, but do you have to play as like a known character, or can you play as someone random so you can have your own story?
Wait. Open world action RPG set in the world first introduced to Potter book. You can now take control of the action and get the set of your own adventure.
Okay, it is exactly playing a random student.
Student who holds the key to the ancient secret that threatens the wizarding world apart. You have received a late acceptance to Hogwarts after the degree. You soon discover that you are no ordinary student. Yeah, so it looks like you're not playing as like one of the main three here.
Oh shit! When is this game coming out? I need this. I mean, I'm gonna temper my expectations a little bit.
Oh, it's set in the 18th.
Oh, that's fine. It can be in the 1800s.
No,
I don't mind that.
No. I think it's cool. I think it's cooler to do it pre-movies, I guess.
Yeah, 2022. I hope so. I hope it's 2022. I also hope it's a good game and not like a bunch of empty promises. We need a good Harry Potter game, right? Like, it's been how many years since Harry Potter came out? And we've only gotten like the rushed post movie games that sucked, which all, rushed post movie games suck, but we need like a legit game that doesn't have you playing as Harry or any main character. Not narrowed down. Yeah, I mean, it could be the end of 2022, right? So it could be like a whole year to go, which is fine. I don't know. Like, there's plenty of games to play in the meantime. And for me, I didn't even know this shit existed until you guys told me just now. So, like, I can wait a little bit, right? I just want it done right. I don't want to be disappointed. First three Harry Potter games were awesome. Were they? I don't know. I always kind of wrote them off because they would come out like right around the movies, and they always kind of felt rushed. Plus, I didn't really want to play the game that was like just following like the book slash. Well, they followed the movie story more than the book story anyway. Play Chamber of Secrets for the Game Boy Color. It was quite legit from what I remembered. Okay, fine. You guys are telling me I'm wrong. That's fine. I can be wrong. But my point remains, right? Like, all the games making you just play over the same story that you read in a book isn't the same as getting to play like your own special like new story that's unique. That's my main point. All three were more free roam. Well, I was a small kid, everything was legit back then. I mean, that's too true. I I remember I would play literally anything, like Game Boy Color years. Like I didn't care what it was. I'd play literally anything. I was not picky. I will. Two games that I enjoyed a lot on the Game Boy though was one was any like Lucky Luke game for some reason was great. And I loved playing. I don't know if you guys know who Lucky Luke is. Um, and another one was actually this like James Bond 007 game that I have like many fond, great memories of, and I played the shit out of it. Half-Blood Prince game was horrible. It was a recruiting simulation. All the cool stuff was a bunch of cutscenes. Wait, recruiting simulation? Recruiting for what? For like Dumbledore's army? Loved Mario Golf on the Game Boy Color. I never played Mario Golf, but I firmly believe every Game Boy Color game when you were a kid was awesome. So I believe that that game was great. And it actually aged while you tried it out last year. That's awesome, dude. Mario Golf had RPG aspects to it? Huh. That's cool. So like you like upgrade your like accuracy and like swing strength? Dumbledore can suck it. I mean, I can't fully disagree with that statement about Dumbledore. Basically, that cool. That actually sounds pretty cool. Way of like making golf more interesting, like upgrade your skill. And to answer the Dumbledore thing, right? Like when you're a kid, when I was a kid, when I first read the Harry Potter books, like I was like a grade school kid, I didn't really question a lot of the motives of Dumbledore and stuff. As an adult, I'm kind of like, wow, this dude was making a lot of like irresponsible decisions and choices, and what the hell, dude? So yeah, I can. I mean, a lot of it's like for the sake of storytelling. But yeah, a lot of decisions were basically craptastic. For example, right? Again, just watched Sorcerer's Stone yesterday. Okay, let's take this little baby and leave him with like a family that's gonna hate him because they hate wizards. This is a great idea. Yeah, just so that he doesn't grow up feeling the pressure of fame.
Now, why didn't they want to go get rid of him?
Like, that's super dumb, right? And then, okay, so like fast forward to the end of the year, right? Summer's here. Why is Harry going back to these like monsters, right? Why doesn't he just stay on campus like with Hagrid? Hagrid wanted to fucking keep the baby when he had the baby, when he like rescued him. Should have just stayed with Hagrid, honestly. Shit. Curious if Dumbledore is going to be the headmaster in the 1800s. I guess it depends when in the 1800s, right? Because I think we looked it up yesterday. It was like 1880 something or whatever that he was like born. So I don't. If it's like 1800s, I don't think Dumbledore could be the headmaster unless they do like retcon BS and whatever, which they could. The most infuriating thing about the movies for me was they actually skipped the Quidditch World Champ. Yeah, no, the movies skipped a lot of bullshit. That's absolutely. The movies did a lot of bullshit, I should say, and they skipped a lot of cool stuff from the books, which always happens with movies. Movies compared with books, they never will hold a candle. Late 1800s. Well, Dumbledore was born in the late 1800s, right? So he'd be a baby. Yeah, I mean there is stuff you have to simplify, sure, but they could have done like I don't know extended director's cut ones that were longer. Yeah, honestly, like Quidditch did not get nearly enough attention in any films. For as big a part as Quidditch like played in the books, they got rid of Peeves too. Yeah, that's true. Peeves was the poltergeist that was always kind of doing bullshit all over the castle. They got rid of him as well.
Dumbledore didn't become headmaster before-ish.
Dumbledore wasn't headmaster until 1960s. I'm being told by my resident expert. So, no Dumbledore headmaster, unless unless they retcon stuff, which they could. Yeah, 1881. That's right. I mean, they could be like, they could make it like Dumbledore the baby version is headmaster. Mwahaha.
You go to school with Dumbledore.
Gotta go now. Right on, dude. I'm real happy that you stopped in, Darvo. It was great having you in here. Look forward to catching your stream. Give you like one more shout out here as you're going. Remind everyone. Have a great day and take care. Wait, did we want to go in here? We can go in here. This isn't the... What is this? The Fallen Tower. Oh, that sounds fancy. Oh, but this is actually the way to a big whole area. What are we doing in here? Find outcasts in the Risen Light. I guess we'll go find these outcasts. You know, like, that's fine. Because this little area here takes us to the next region. So, okay, I guess we'll do the story quest. Actually, before we do that, I have 6 unspent points just sitting here. Gollum was 589 years old? Holy shit. Well, I guess they did say the one ring, like, kept him alive or some shit, right? I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Had, like, its unnatural influence on him or whatever. So I guess that can kind of make sense. Okay, we want more mana regen. We're just going to max that out. It's done. So this is more firepower, more cold power, more electric power. If I want to up wisdom, I mean, it does bump up our int, which is probably good, right? Yeah, we'll put 2 in there. He's... I don't know why Automod called that bullying, because you're not talking about anyone. But it's funny the Automod Gators thought you were bullying someone because of that message. Yeah, I mean I guess it makes sense that it'd be a stealth game. Gollum definitely wasn't like much for blatant murder. He liked to sneakily murder. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know anything about that Gollum game, so I'll have to look that up and sort of make up my mind of how I feel about it. I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be honest. I don't know if I like it or not. Take place from his time as a slave in Dark Tower to his time with the elves in Mirkwood. Interesting. So, like, that's kind of cool because we don't really get to see either the Dark Tower too much or Mirkwood, like, at all, for the most part. It's like, the settings sound cool. Personally, I don't want to fucking play as Gollum. That just doesn't interest me. I don't want to play as him. I never liked him as a character, right? He's like a sad character, sure, but I never really, like, felt for him that much. Definitely don't want to play as him. Like, what the hell is that? Okay, so we found the outcasts. Is this a town? Is this like the next town? Oh, were you looking at that? Sorry to bust into your chest and throw your shit all over the place. Look at this person. Hunched over. Like, stay a while and listen. I'm the female Deckard Cain.
Welcome, traveler.
I've been expecting you, traveler. I can feel the epoch's presence with you. Expecting me? Roughly 1,000 years ago, you were there when the epoch shard my ancestor carried disappeared, weren't you? That is when my people began to lose hope, and now here you are. Not only with that shard, but the others, reformed into the epoch. Either you have been quite far into the past, or somehow the future has become so bleak that Atera's warnings have been for naught. Currently, your decisions and how you play will directly influence his personality, which is weird. I agree. That makes no fucking sense. Why? You're excited. I feel he's more interesting character than most. Okay, he is an interesting character. There's no denying that. I still don't want to play as him. And the weird, influencing his personality and all of that makes no sense because you already have him depicted as a certain character later on. We see him up until his death and what kind of character he is. So it's like, what kind of influence of his character are you going to do? Like, none. He's still going to end up, like, following Frodo everywhere and then biting his finger off. Right? Like, and trying to murder Sam. Right? So, like, what influence are you really going to have in the long run? Roughly 1,000 years ago, either been not off or not. Your people, Atera's warnings. My people were among the first to walk the world and the last to hear Atera's words before she entered her slumber. She broke the epoch into 3 shards, one hidden within her temple, one to be defended by knowledge, and one guarded by mystery. The fact that fate has guided you to combining them and using its power despite our efforts, maybe it is appropriate that I am the last of our number. I need to find Ulrich. I was told you could help. Hand her the ring. Ah, yes, I can tell the boy left his mark on this ring. The other outcasts were wary of my talents, but thankfully the queen saw their usefulness and brought a poor hermit woman like me into the fold. Let me know when you are ready for me to begin the ritual. I am ready. What ritual? Ritual? Ah, yes. The old woman begins to chant, the ring floating in her palm and glowing with a faint light. I can almost see him. He is somewhere dark. Ha! In the distance, you hear shouts of the sound of combat. Damn, they found us. Defend me, traveler, while I finish the ritual. Okay. We're just lightning the shit out of these people. He was a crazed murderer when he killed his cousin for something he saw for 5 seconds, and the same 500 years later. Exactly, dude, I feel the exact same way. Like, is he an interesting character? Yes. Is he a deep character? I don't think so. Right? Because it's like, what kind of person, when you're a normal, I'm going to say human, but, you know, we're not counting whatever, like, specific race he is, hobbit, pre-hobbit, whatever, right? What kind of person, like, sees something in the bottom of a murky fucking river, doesn't even see exactly what it is, and then they pick it up and his cousin gets it, and then he sees it and he's like, it must be mine, and I'm going to kill my family member. Like, where's the depth in that? Like, how much did he change? Okay, I think we're good now. Huff huff, you are a skilled fighter. It seems that will serve you well considering where I saw poor Ulrich. Where is Ulrich? I saw walls of bone, twisted cages of metal, and cruelty, but all around it was the vast darkness of the sea. There had been rumors that Admiral Harton, one of the Imperial Emperor's most trusted servants, was constructing a dreadnought of unprecedented size. Ulrich is imprisoned deep within its hull. It is not too late. The ship is still in the harbor of Tetsma, just west of here. Go now, I must rest. See, I knew we were gonna go there. Only thing I can think of for the game is that we can see Middle-earth in another light before Sauron and Smaug. Well, no, but are we actually gonna see Uh, we're not going to see Middle Earth before Sauron, right? Because I thought we said that the game took place like before Mirkwood, right? Like, isn't Sauron still around at that point? I thought he was already around. Honestly, a cool game would be playing as Sauron in like the first age or whatever. That would be interesting. See his change from like prehistoric elf to like weird like power monster. So I just read it's a battle between Gollum and Smeagol, not before Sauron, before Smaug. Okay, okay, right on, got it. Uh, battle between Gollum and Smeagol. So we're basically going to be watching someone's mental struggle. Is what that sounds like to me, right? Because like Gollum is a like alternate personality that Smeagol basically like comes up with in his craziness or whatever, or it comes up with on its own. I don't know, whatever. But it's like they're in the same person. I used a potion accidentally. But yeah, so it's like we're just gonna watch someone's like sad mental struggle that we know they end up failing anyway. Like it's kind of fucked up. Like I don't know if I want to play that game. I mean, I might anyway because I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, but you know. I wonder, I wonder if they're gonna have like RPG like point elements, and like one tree will be like Smeagol, and another skill tree will be Gollum, right? And like Gollum will have like the murder skills, like strangle people faster, right? And Smeagol will have like more like hiding skills. You have to balance between them. I don't know. It sounds kind of weird to me, but I could easily see that happening. Yo, you like that idea? Gollum points for fast strangling? That'd be dope. Well, I mean, like, logically, that seems like it could be the thing for. I mean, like, they're not two characters, they're the same character, right? They're like two aspects of the same person, so. I don't know. Okay, is this. Oh, we're just showing up for a mini boss. Okay. And zombos. Marsh Beetle used string shot. It's not very effective. 2022 gaming looks good. Decent amount of games coming out. Man, I need to like get up to date on what the proposed lineup for 2022 is, because I have not really been looking at like the game news too much lately. I'm not even sure why. I just haven't been looking, but it sounds like I need to get up to speed because it sounds like some cool shit's coming down the pipeline. And I hate that analogy that I just used now that it's out of my mouth. But it happens. Oh man, a bigger marsh beetle using string shot. Nice. When in doubt, use a meteor. Two DC games, huh? Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Interesting. I'll have to look those up. I don't want to get excited, but I liked the Arkham Knight Batman games. I thought those were great. They were all fun. So if they're by the same people, FF7. Oh yeah, the like official second part of that, right? Yeah, that game's gonna be a hit, I'm sure. The first one was a good remake. I get excited easily. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Excitement is good. Excitement keeps people young, right? Wisp of the Hawk. Yeah, I don't have any excitement because I just flat out haven't even looked at what's going on. So I don't even know what to expect or what to look forward to. I mean, I'm looking forward to a Harry Potter game now, but besides that, you know, it'd be nice if the Harry Potter game doesn't just focus on Gryffindors, right? Because like the movie's basically like nothing but like Gryffindor, Gryffindor, Gryffindor. You're like, okay, that's nice, cool story, right?
Cool if you got to choose your house.
Yeah, hopefully you get to choose your own house. I really like that to be the case. That would be cool. Manosphere, maybe, maybe. We also have speed and range. Okay. No! Fuck! Fuck! I didn't want to do that. And I don't want to Is there a... Did I respec? Shit. I wanted to... I was going to put it here. I'll leave it, I guess. It costs more now. How much more does this bullshit cost? Oh, okay. It really doesn't cost that much more. I hope there's some sort of mechanic that lets you choose your house based on your character. I hope so too. I think that'd be awesome. Because I don't want to be stuck like playing a Gryffindor or whatever. You know, like I want to be able to like roll a certain kind of character that might have like certain perks or skills, and that ends up putting them in like Ravenclaw or some shit, or like Hufflepuff instead. You know, not just like Gryffindor, Gryffindor. Why can't I get this gold? Oh, they resist lightning damage. Why are these monsters fighting each other? Why can't I get this gold? That has to be a small glitch. Glitchy gold. I took a test and I'm Slytherin. That's funny because Shrimp Apparel actually made me take one of those tests yesterday, and I also got Slytherin. And then she took it and then was also a Slytherin. So I guess we'll all be in the greenhouse together, bro.
No.
There we go. Honestly, the green and silver house colors are pretty slick, dude. Like you can't really go wrong with that. Green and silver looks pretty fly. Plus, snakes are awesome, right? Who doesn't like snakes? I mean, I also like ravens and lions and badgers. I like every fucking animal, but snakes are cool. Yeah, we gonna mess up
Your
Gryffindor.
second highest like rank with.
Yeah, my second highest percentage thing was Ravenclaw, because I'm a nerd. Gryffindor deserves it, man. Like they honestly like the way the books and the films especially portray like all the Slytherin kids as being all like full of themselves and shit like that. Honestly, it's like they're just describing the kids from Gryffindor.
Yesterday in the movie, how like Dumbledore added points last minute.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, I
Okay.
get it.
So like let's also remember like the end of the first film and book, right? Where like Slytherin legitimately fucking won the House Cup, right? Legitimately won. And then Gryffindor, like Dumbledore basically pulls some bullshit at the end and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to give 160 fucking points extra to Gryffindor at the last second, just so that they're like 10 points above fucking or 60 points above like Slytherin or some shit. Apparently we evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ron and Hermione get 50. Neville gets like 10, and
Oh yeah, it
Harry
was
gets
the 10.
60.
Yeah. The 10 points over, right? Like it was such bullshit. Like, okay, Mr. Like I'm playing favorites here, bro.
I get why Slytherin hates Gryffindor. Honestly, I mean, I'd be pissed.
Fools. Fools.
I don't think it's valid to say like evil though. Harry and his friends broke all the rules too. Yeah, absolutely. The thing that's dumb, right? And this is all for the sake of storytelling, right? Is like when it comes down to it, Harry and his little pals and whatever do a lot of really dumb and shady shit, right? They just get away with it because they're the main character. That's all it is, right? Like any other kid doing all the shit that they did, would like probably get kicked out. Which one do we want to? More mana, more manners. Chance to chill, increased spell damage. Just go straight damage build when we unlock that. I guess we'll just keep upping it. We unlocked Ice Barrage. We'll use that. We're gonna. Where'd it go? Here it is. No, that's not what I wanted to do. We're gonna try that out as our W spell. Yeah, no. Harry and his friends were a bunch of little shits. When Harry went back to fight Voldemort, McGonagall said to put the entire Slytherin house in the dungeons. In the end? Yeah. Now, there's a lot of messed up stuff that go on that kind of get overlooked. And our common is in the dungeon. Yeah, yeah. I mean, so I think when McGonagall says to put all of Slytherin House in the dungeons, I think that's supposed to imply they're being sent to their common rooms, right? Like they're being sent to their dorms essentially. But like when it's said like to the dungeon, Harry gets a cozy, warm common area. Yeah, honestly though, like okay, so when you think about it, the one time you see Slytherin common room portrayed, they make it look like dingy and like evil basically. But it's like you kind of have to expect in real life. Well, okay, like real life, right? Outside of like Harry's perspective, Slytherin common room was probably pretty fucking cozy too, right? Because it's like really it's just a bunch of kids hanging around there. Just because it was like in an underground like dungeon area doesn't mean it wasn't like comfortable. They probably made it comfy, right? Yo, this spell just keeps going off. Like that's cool. Kind of like this. Is it homing? It's homing automatically, huh? Nice, nice. Real life Harry would have absolutely died. Real life Harry was like such a huge dumbass.
What's the meme? The like dumb fuck use?
I'm sorry. The what?
The dumb fuck use. Or long drink. Use some.
I don't.
Makes me think of Harry.
I have no idea. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that one. Throw it in the Discord. Yeah, no, but absolutely, real life Harry Potter would have kicked the bucket. See, like the thing that's annoying about him, about a Kadabra. The thing that's dumb about like Harry is, like he starts off as like a naive kid, right? But then he like quickly starts thinking that like he knows everything. He's a horrible wizard. The dude learned nothing. Very true. He basically learned like one or two spells that he like needed to, and like that's it. And not only that, but it took him like a million years to learn a fucking Patronus charm. Like sure it's an advanced spell, but it's like you're getting private tutoring from an expert wizard on this one fucking spell. Why is it taking you forever to learn it? We don't want to become famous. Man, Man, the advertising bots are out in force today, apparently. Keep forgetting my W. I can cast more than one, huh? Motherfucker, this spell's actually pretty cool.
I cannot
We might be an ice barrage boy for a while. Ice barrage. Voldemort was hella dumb, dude. Honestly, most of the characters in Harry Potter were very idiotic. Everyone made a lot of super dumb decisions in Harry Potter. Okay? Including Dumbledore, including Voldemort, absolutely fucking Harry. He wanted to live long, but because of his decisions, died at 81. Yeah, that's true. Right? Because, like, what? Dumbledore was, like, over 100 when he died or whatever. Voldemort could have easily just been like over 100 if he didn't do dumb shit. But the problem was Voldemort hated non-wizards and he wanted to control everything. It's like, okay, die then. That's hilarious. Hermione was the only smart one. That's true. She was like great. Like, so partially it's a cop out, right? Because she was like the smart character. Like that was her like archetype. But like legitimately, her and maybe like one or two other characters are pretty much the only ones that didn't do like retarded stuff.
What do you think of Ginny?
I thought Ginny was kind of annoying. Ginny basically had like celebrity goggles. I was like, ooh, Harry. And then was like all mopey, and then I'm surprised Ron wasn't wearing a helmet. Dude, yeah, right? Like, Ron, I'm surprised Ron graduated, like, in the end or whatever. Like, how that fool didn't get held back a year or something is beyond me. Because not only was he, like, dumb, but he also didn't even want to study. Actually, so, like, that's the thing, right? Like, so the movies gloss over this shit completely. Like, in the books, I don't know if you remember this shit, but, like, both Harry and Ron would, like, frequently just copy, like, Hermione's notes and homework. Like, they didn't do shit for themselves. They were, like, cheating the whole time. That's how they got through school, by cheating. Ron because he was a dumbass, Harry because he thought he was too important to like really focus on school. Which is really dumb because you'd think, right? Like because in the first book, Harry is like leaving this super abusive like muggle family, his relatives, right? And like super excited and happy to be in like wizard world. You'd think motherfucker would like dive headfirst into like studies. Harry and Ron never graduated. I think there was like the retcon thing that what's her face Rowling or whatever like in her like post story thing, they are graduated or whatever.
I don't like Rowling like retroactively like.
Yeah, I mean like granted like Rowling fucks with like the Harry Potter story like a little too much. Where it's like if you want to like do something with the story, like write a book, like literally like write another book, right? Don't just come up with dumb like. Rowling does suck, you know. I agree with that. Rowling is doing a lot of stuff to maintain relevance, as it were. Which I don't know. You know what's an easy way for authors to stay relevant? Writing. I want to make everyone gay. Yeah, like basically, right? Like that. Like I said, that's like an attempt to stay relevant. You know. And it's like, okay, is there anything wrong with gay characters? No. But does that mean that you should go like after the fact and change
I am not
like
a man
every
of
existing
many
character
words.
to
You
be gay?
obviously didn't write it like that, so
Like
like
exactly,
the intent's
exactly.
gone.
Like I don't care for gay characters. I just hate stupid stuff like that. Same here. Yeah. Like the because it's the point is like the whole idea is like, oh, now you're making it that way so that you can like try and show people that you're supportive of like a movement. And it's like that doesn't make for a good character though, right? Like because now you're just doing this and it feels like dumb and cheap and it doesn't fit anywhere.
It's offensive.
What is this decayed skull? Wow, this thing is cool looking, but not good for our character. I'm gonna stash this. Stash these unique items because some character will probably want them. Stash all of these statue things. And I guess our growing collection. Yeah, so you can see here we have 1 pebble collar, 2 pebble collar, 3, 4. We have 5 pebbles collars. Why do I need so many of the same? But we also have Pebbles bite mark sash. I didn't realize I found that. Dumbledore being gay makes sense, and she announced it a long time ago. You definitely couldn't any meow. I don't know. Like my thing is like I don't care what Dumbledore is, was, whatever. My my beef or whatever with it is I don't feel like characters
Be well.
like sexual orientations are necessary parts of their characters, right? Like you made this whole fucking story, right, with Dumbledore being like a decently fleshed out character, never touching on sexuality at all. It's not necessary for his character. Like not every character needs to be not designed, defined by whether they're like into men, women, or something in between or beyond, right? Like it's not necessary for a character. Anytime like someone has to like make statements like that about it, it's like it cheapens the character, and it the person saying that is just trying to be like interesting and relevant and like get support. It's like no, that's dumb. Like Dumbledore doesn't need to be gay. He doesn't need to be anything. Like Dumbledore's Dumbledore. Like who the fuck cares? Like you don't care about Dumbledore because of like what gets his dick hard. You know what I mean? Like you care because he was like a cool wizard and shit. And was a cool character. And like you shouldn't need anything beyond that. Zappy. Zap the crow of tenacity. I mean, crows are tenacious. That's accurate. I think a crow pet would be awesome. Teach it to do like cool tricks and stuff.
Like, you look a little odd.
Yeah, have it collect stuff for you. That'd be awesome. One of the biggest meow meow in a fantasy world? Sure. Let's hear it. Are we out of range? Oh no, I was clicking on the fucking light post. No wonder. Huh. No wonder the lightning wasn't going. I was trying to hit an inanimate object. No, it's working on inanimate objects. I have no idea why that wasn't working. Nightbot. It prowls the night. Uh-oh. Alright. Crit time. I do kind of like this like ice spell. It's pretty cool. Not the birds. Marauder thing. Avaline Chimera. Interesting. surprising there's like no enemies in this little section here. Normally they're swarming you left and right. Frodo, yeah, yeah. The ring is too heavy. Someone please help me because I keep getting stabbed back in. Honestly, like Frodo is like pretty irritating. The whole, like not only like is that valid, right? Like the ring too heavy, someone help me. But he's also a hypocrite, right? Because he's like complaining about it, and then Sam is like, okay, like let me help you, right? I'm like, you're basically like dedicated manservant or whatever, and your best friend. And then Frodo's like, no, you want to take the ring from me for yourself. It's like, Frodo, fuck off. They had to literally get carried to the end. Yeah, Frodo definitely was not my favorite character in Lord of the Rings. Whenever I play Lego Lord of the Rings, I make him do everything because he does nothing in the movies. That's awesome. I actually had a ton of fun playing the Lego Lord of the Rings games and the Lego Harry Potter games, actually. The Lego games are like stupid amount of fun, actually. Sam is the GOAT. Yes. Yes, he is. Sam is super epic. See, because like the thing that's dumb is like Sam went through like every hardship that Frodo did, and he had to carry fucking Frodo's lame ass, right? It's like Sam did like more than any other Hobbit. Honestly, one of my favorite characters though, even though he like dies off super early, which sucks. One of my favorite characters is actually Boromir, right? Like, I feel like a lot of people don't like him because like he was tempted to like take the ring and stuff. Like, Boromir is like the most normal, like real dude on the whole team, right? Like he's just there because he's trying to save his like nation and shit. Frodo deserved to get his heart ripped out. I mean, I don't know if I'd say that. That's maybe a little severe, but Frodo definitely. I don't know, Frodo, man. But yeah, I don't know. Boromir was fucking dope, right? Because it's like he was just trying to do what was right, you know. And it's like, who wouldn't be tempted by something that could potentially, well, not potentially, something that would be like whispering the promise of like what your goal is to you, right? It's like, oh, you want to save your people? I can do that for you. Just put me on, right? Like, you can't blame him for being tempted by that. Go away, bird. He's a go for sacrificing himself for Merry and Pippin. Yeah, right? Like, he didn't have to. You know, like, he basically took that upon himself just to like, protect them. Frodo made Sam cry. Yeah, Frodo was a piece of shit for that, for making Sam cry. That is true. Frodo is basically a bad friend, is what it comes down to, right? Like, that's how you can explain that. Like, Frodo is, like, really just a bad friend. And Sam was too good a friend to, like, abandon his ass. You know? Like, that's kind of how I see it. So when you say when you say that you hate how Aragorn's story ends, which part of his story do you mean? Do you mean like how in the end he's just like king and it's like, okay, cool story, or do you mean like what do you mean exactly by that? after the movies. So you mean like the fact that he, okay, how he died? Okay, yeah, that's fair. Um, I don't know. I feel like a lot of character endings aren't always handled like the best or whatever. One thing, speaking of Aragorn, though, actually, something I think that would be very cool is if there was a book or a game or a book and then a game, maybe that like followed his early years when he was younger, right? Because like he was like a super old dude, right? Because they like those humans lived hella long, right? Like the race of human he was or whatever. So he was already like a pretty old dude at the time of like the Fellowship of the Ring, which means he was running around as a younger dude doing like who knows what, right? I think it'd be cool to have like a book or something that covered like that time period of his life. I think that'd be pretty interesting. You know, as like just being a ranger. There was an Aragorn game for the Vita. Was there really? I never had a PlayStation Vita, so like I never got to play any of those games. What like what time period was that Aragorn game though? Like was it during like the trilogy essentially, or was it like before? Or Sam tells the story to his kids. The story of this game that you're talking about? Necromancer's Crow. We're killing someone's pets? That's not nice. Check them out. Yes. Okay, cool. All right. So like the game technically takes place after Lord of the Rings, but is the story like is the story being told of like during or like before the Fellowship of the Ring? Basically, I'm asking if you're just like rehashing the events of like the three Lord of the Rings books again. Okay, okay, not bad, not bad. I guess it wasn't the end of the world that I accidentally clicked on the wrong thing for the fireball, making it cost more. So I think I saw everything on the map. I don't remember any part that I missed, so I think I can move on. From what I saw, yes and no. Okay. Well, if it was on the Vita, that means PlayStation could easily remake that shit so that we can play it on PlayStation, right? So maybe they should take care of that. So those of us that don't have was glitchy, so I didn't play much. Yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like everything that came out on the Vita was glitchy, and that's kind of what kept me from ever buying one. Because every game that came out on it just kind of seemed to like have some problems, you know. Do that, but I don't know. Like I think some games have been remade that were originally for the Vita and came out like in the PlayStation Store, right? I think some of those have worked just fine, right? So they could do it with more games. Okay, let's make sure we apparently kill all these poor crows. They need to remake Lord of the Rings Conquest. Dude, yes, that game was fucking awesome. I love that game. That game was a ton of fun. Loved kicking Frodo into the volcano. Yeah, I don't know. That game was great. If I'm remembering correctly, that was like mid early like PS3 360 like life cycle. Yeah. I don't know, a remaster or a remake or just another game that was like similar would be awesome. Freeze it and then we drop the meteor on it.
I cannot do that.
Glad they did an evil side as well. Yeah, that was part of what was so cool about that, right? Is because like we never get that kind of
I
thing,
cannot do that.
and it was like pretty interesting to like play that perspective in that game and play some of those like weird like monster like I don't know because like all the like creatures of Sauron basically are like fucking weird. Did you ever play like Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War? Because I didn't finish. Actually, I need to finish Shadow of War. Actually, the second one, but I like those games. I don't know. I think they're a lot of fun. Like amassing an orc army and stuff. What are we doing in here? We're searching the ship. Other things online is very fun. After level 10, you can do monster mode, which is being an orc. Yeah, but then it's like I'd have to play an MMO and sink a ton of time into playing Lord of the Rings online, right? Yeah, I really like the gameplay in Shadow of Mordor and its sequel. You 100% complete Shadow of Mordor? Yeah, I don't know if I like so I 100% completed it too. I didn't like get all the achievements or whatever, but in terms of game content, I 100%ed it. Um I'm like halfway through Shadow of War. I got distracted playing other stuff. I need to go back to it. But yeah, I don't know. I always kind of wanted to like play a character like that had a ring of power. You're disappointed. What disappointed you about Shadow of War? Without spoiling anything, by the way, because I haven't finished it. Too short? Really? Okay. Because I felt like I've been playing it. I don't remember exactly how far along in I am, but it felt like I was pretty far. So maybe I'm like almost to the end then, actually. But I can. Okay, like Shadow of Mordor, too many collectibles? Yeah, I agree with that. Collectibles are a lazy way that developers try and make games longer. Collectibles are a cheap way of adding content, and I think collectibles should not be in games, personally, because I hate them. I can't think of any collectible that has been fun to collect in a game, because it always ends up feeling tedious. Um, so yeah, no, I can agree with that. But I didn't realize that it seemed short because I haven't finished it, so I don't know how long the campaign is. Excuse me. Have you played Spider-Man PS4? Yeah, I did. I had a lot of fun with Spider-Man. I did not play. Well, I mean, I can't play the re-release of it because I don't have a PS5 yet. Um, But I played through all of Spider-Man PS4. I did all the DLC, like the little extra mission stuff or whatever. I didn't collect everything or do all the side stuff because that got annoying. But yeah, I liked it. I felt like Spider-Man PS4 was the first Spider-Man game. Was the only Spider-Man game besides what was it, Spider-Man 2, that actually had like good feeling like web swinging. Too short as well. You got every achievement in a day and 16 hours? Holy shit. Well, apparently you're like a pro gamer because I didn't well, I also played it in very short like things every once in a while. So it took me a while to finish it. But I do agree that that game did feel short. Could have had more story going to it. Part of the problem I felt with that is you only had like one main bad guy. I feel like Spider-Man games that have one bad guy are always going to be too short because it's like once you take out the one bad guy, like big bad guy. We're not talking about the momentary like cameo that like Electro and Vulture did and whatever, right? Like I don't really count that because that's like an encounter, but it's not really big story wise, right? Yeah, I feel like that story could have been fleshed out more too. But I mean, I still had a lot of fun. I got every achievement in COD 4 in 16 hours. Which one was COD 4? Because I haven't played COD. I'm playing the new one, right? Black Ops. But besides that, it's been many years since I played a COD game. The last one I played before the current one was Modern Warfare 2 back in the day. But how can you get all those achievements in COD anyway, right? Because like aren't a bunch of them based on like multiplayer like things? I feel like that take like too long. Or maybe I just suck. Maybe I'm not good. I'm not that great at the game, so that's probably why. Modern Warfare? Okay. Twinned Wraith. I'll kill all your twins. Not COD 4. Oh, okay. Spear of Venom. Axe. Meh. Thankfully. Man, that thing like took a lot of hits. I hate when they put online achievements in and the game is dead. Yep, that sucks. That yeah, you get to a point where you literally can't do it. Yeah, I don't know. For me, like achievements are. I typically don't get a bunch of achievements. I try and just like play the game and have fun, and I'll try and get some like if I'm close to them or whatever. But I usually don't end up getting that many. And yet somehow my gamer score on my Xbox gamer tag is like over 60,000. They separate the online and offline. They should separate online and offline achievements. Yeah, no, that's very true. Take this. Really a cool spell, actually. I wonder if we should put points into it. You changed accounts? Did you like have hacking problems or whatever? So you had to change accounts? Because I've had the same like account since forever. Since the first time the 360 had an online account to have. I've like had the same one. Yeah, my account still tracks like my Project Gotham Racing 4 achievements, which was like the game that came out when the 360 came out. That's right, shock them to death. You gonna be able to get back into your emails? That sucks. I mean, it's better than having hacking problems, but it's still pretty unfortunate if you have to like start over and lose progress and stuff like that. Actually, nowadays I feel like that'd be even worse because you would lose ownership of games, right? Now that everyone's like doing the digital push, losing an account now is like a lot worse than losing some achievements or like saved game records, right? Because now it's like you're gonna lose the license to owning that game and you have to buy it again. There we go. Yeah, so no more changing accounts. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's so convenient to buy games digitally compared with like the physical copy now. You always end up buying like more games. I've done it. I've bought games just because they were on sale, and I was like, I'll probably play this at some point. And I still have them sitting, and I haven't played them. Yeah. I try not to call it stupid. I'll just say it is not the most efficient use of funds. It's not the wisest way of putting the money. I bought Skyrim 15 times. You must really like that game, sir. Um, yeah, luckily I haven't done that. I've only bought Skyrim twice. Yeah, I've only bought Skyrim twice, and I'm not gonna buy it again. Um, Skyrim's good, right? I don't think it's 15 purchases good, personally, but I think my main gripe with Skyrim is purely um, that they like cut some mechanics compared with like older Elder Scrolls game. That's like my main problem with Skyrim. My only problem with Skyrim, really. When you get a PC, you'll be at a 16th version. Do you have like a VR headset and stuff? Because that's like an extra purchase, right? Like, if you want to play Skyrim in VR, you also have to get like the VR hardware. Oh no. This could get different. I've never gone past level 20. I constantly change characters. You bought Skyrim 15 times and you never got past level 20? You might be playing the game wrong, sir. You have a quest to own Skyrim on every system that has ever existed. Is that the quest? Oh, you have a quest too. Sorry. I had a fucking brain dead moment and I forgot that Quest 2 was the name of the VR system. Right on. Your buddy makes fun of you for it? For all the copies of Skyrim? Or for the fact that you've never gone past level 20? Because the Quest 2 is like a pretty decent VR system. I don't think you'd be made fun of for that. It's gotta be for how many copies of Skyrim you have. Yeah, I got it both. Yeah. I haven't played too many VR games. I have a VR headset. I've really only played the only game I've like really played any like amount of time in was the Super Hot, the VR version of Super Hot. I like that. That was fun.
Fools. Fools.
But maybe someday I'll play more. They need to smooth out the walking. You can cheese the sword and shield combo. In the sword and shield combo in what? In Skyrim? How do you cheese sword and shield in Skyrim? Because I mostly just played a wizard in Skyrim as well. It's called the poking technique. Oh, in Skyrim VR. Poking technique. I'm pretty sure that's what she called it as well. I don't know. This is like the weirdest laid out ship ever. All these like, it's like a labyrinth in here. I don't know why you'd make a ship that way. I mean, I guess it's full of monsters, so you're not that worried about them. If you think about like the realistic safety aspects and the amount of a sinking capsize event, getting out of here would be impossible. I kind of screwed that one up. Have high stamina, good blocking skill, constantly block, and poke from above the shield with your sword. Oh, so you mean you can actually do a realistic fighting technique with your sword and shield in Skyrim VR? Okay. That actually doesn't sound cheesy at all. That sounds pretty cool. Now, probably what makes it cheesy is the fact that Skyrim AI is kind of really dumb, so they probably wouldn't do anything to like get around your like one-man shield wall. But I mean, that sounds like a legit tactic. Yeah, Shrimp of Peril, our moderator on the channel, is actually a big Skyrim fan as well. And has also purchased it in more areas than they should have. Okay, collecting shards. I should probably stash. Oh yeah, all I have is shards. Nice. Okay. I feel like this is slowly beelining me straight towards the main objective here, which we don't want. Don't really want that. Sash of deflection. Yeah, what's up?
I'm writing. I do.
You're writing what?
a sympathy sending.
Okay, sorry about that. I have not played Mass Effect LE. I played through all three Mass Effect games when they were around, like the first time around, and I didn't really feel like playing through them again. Um, yeah, so I passed on Mass Effect LE just because like I already basically like 100%ed all of them already, right? So like not only did I like do 100% of the content in all of them, but I even like 100%ed the achievements in Mass Effect 2. So like I don't know. I didn't really feel like there was that much there for me to like do or come back to personally. Yeah. I mean I would say if you haven't played the Mass Effect series, that picking up Mass Effect LE is an easy recommendation. It's easy. Like the game, I actually was watching someone do a playthrough of these games, and it's still good, great games, good entertainment. Um, yeah, I just don't feel like if you've already played all of them, like 100% completed them, everything. I don't necessarily feel like there's that much there, because when it comes down to it, it is just like a remaster and remake, right? So there's no new content. Also, I have to say, it does feel kind of weird that like Mass Effect Andromeda was like half completed or whatever, and then never like finished or supported after they like rush released it. But then they're like, we'll go back to like the old games we did and just re-release those. So it also definitely, I mean, being EA, you know, it's just like a power, not a power, it's like a money move. But the games themselves are great and fun. I mean, they have their problems; they're not perfect, but we don't speak about Andromeda. See, like, it doesn't exist. I mean, I think that's how they like to think of it as well, right? But I mean, it does exist, right? And I feel, and I know this is an unpopular opinion, but like objectively, like the game isn't bad, right? The game just needed more, more time, more effort, more something. You know, the reason like Andromeda kind of sucks is because you compare it to like the existing games, the older games, and you're like, oh, well, compared with that, you know, this is not great. This sucks. But I don't know. I feel like there's. Why are we flipping out a little bit? I feel like there's some good things that Andromeda had. Would I like recommend people to buy and play it? No. Did I play it? Yes. Did I finish it? No. But I don't know, it was like an okay game. It just like couldn't really live up to the expectations. And it never got fixed after it came out, right? So it like it sucked when it came out, and then it continued to suck because they never fixed it. It would have been good if not for the glitches. Yeah, like it basically needed more attention that they just weren't willing to give it. Bisky, come here, come here. We have a dog visitor. Hello, dog visitor. Okay. I don't know if anyone heard that, but that was him saying hello, I guess. Yeah, when I first picked up, you guys pre-ordered it. We were excited and just let down. It was like Destiny. Yeah, I also I didn't pre-order Andromeda, but I did get it like when it was still new, like shortly after it came out. And I kind of fell into that same thing. Like people were already starting to complain about glitches by the time I picked it up, and I was kind of like I tried to be hopeful, and I was like, well, how hard could it like how bad could it be, right? Like how bad could it really be? And I started playing it, and slowly I was like, okay, wow, yeah, they really didn't like finish They didn't finish making this game at all. Why did they release this? Just like Destiny. I never got into Destiny. Um, I feel like a lot of people like love that game, and a lot of people want to love that game, but then were disappointed by similar things that plagued Andromeda. I don't know. The moral of the story is you should let your games take the time they need to get developed properly instead of rushing them out, because usually they'll have problems when they're rushed. Are we gonna fight a boss? That guy is a skeleton crab dude. Destiny 2 is so much better. Yeah, I mean, at least there's that, I guess. If they did actually learn from their mistakes and like improve it, then that's great. That's a good thing.
The immortal empire shows you mercy.
Okay, dude. Oh, you use lightning then. Interesting. Yeah, I never played Destiny 2 either. I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, it just wasn't my bag, essentially. But I do know a lot of people agreed that they were better. I think it got more support, right? Like Destiny 1 came out and they basically like abandoned it. Probably to start working on Destiny 2, if we're honest. Uh, so then Destiny 2 got the time that Destiny 1 would have taken up to fix. So it was a better game. This is working. I like this. Oh shit. Did we just throw meteors at him? How much did the meteor do? A decent amount. It's not very fast though. Been defying the Emperor all day. No death involved. Oh no, no. There we go. Nice. I noticed that a lot of developers make 10-hour campaigns and mainly focus on the multiplayer. Yeah, that happens a lot, and I hate when that happens. I I personally I still like single player campaigns, right? Like I know a lot of people kind of feel like, oh, like multiplayer is the most important thing and whatever, and it's like, like yeah, I guess multiplayer is important, but it's not the most important, right? What is this? The railing. But that definitely happens a lot. Some games they basically are just putting out you miss 40-hour campaigns. Yeah, I do too. My thing is like if it's gonna be a long campaign, it has to actually like have good pacing, right? Because you can easily have a game that has terrible pacing and will just like slow down in the middle, and if it's a long campaign, that can kind of ruin it. Yeah, multiplayer is basically same mechanics with different skins. That's very true. Yeah, which there's nothing wrong with like multiplayer having like the same sort of like gameplay mechanics if it's fun. It just like doesn't need a million skins in my opinion, right? And like as much attention as is given to them. But you know how it is, right? Like one person will come out with one multiplayer game, and then everyone else will come out with that same game because everyone wants part of whatever the new hot thing is. So, we peer over the dreadnought's railing at the churning waves below. We signal to Ulrich and jump. Hold up. We're not gonna signal to him just yet. Is this him right here? He's not even out of the cage.
Break these chains.
Hurry and break these chains. Harden won't be down for long. Uh, Pretty sure we destroyed him. You'll have to wait until we're out of here for me to express my gratitude. I'm assuming the Queen sent you here to get her favorite outcast to safety. She would be cross with us if we mess this up now. Quickly, can you swim? Like a stone? Yes, of course.
Just give me the signal.
Great.
And I'll
Go
be
ahead and
right
get to the edge of
behind
the
you.
deck and give me the signal when you're ready. We're getting out of here. Am I a Resident Evil fan? Game-wise? Yes. I do like the Resident Evil games. I haven't played all of them. I don't play all the Resident Evil games. Uh, I really like the franchise. Some of the games have sucked. Like, let's be real. I actually really enjoy watching people play Resident Evil games more than playing them myself. Like Resident Evil games, I think are fantastic streamable games, and I love watching people play them. So if you play Resident Evil, I'll probably watch you play it. Some of them have sucked. I think the consensus is basically the RE3 remake wasn't that great. I agree with that. It looked like it kind of sucked. Honestly, I don't know. I didn't really see much that seemed fun in there. Um, COD is awful for multiplayer skins. Yes, every online multiplayer shooter is awful for multiplayer skins. Resident Evil 4 VR is coming to the Quest 2. Interesting. Resident Evil 4 is one of the few Resident Evil games that I have played fully through. The version I played, though, uh, was the Wii version. So that was kind of like, eh. RE8 was bad too. Really? You didn't like RE8? I think a lot of people, well, I haven't seen a lot of people play it, but I feel like I've heard positive things about RE8.
Ready for a swim?
I don't know. I watched the playthrough. I didn't have really anything against it. Well, okay, that's kind of true and kind of not true. Some things that I had against RE7 was
These
better.
robes are not
Yeah.
meant for swimming.
I can agree with that.
I'll be soaked for hours.
One thing that I think, 1 second. One problem I think I had with RE8 was the like trailers and sort of like the advertisement for the game kind of made you think that like the different like character like enemy characters would probably play a bigger role and be around more. So I was kind of expecting more of that. It seemed pretty short, right? Like the castle, like the first area, right, with like the lady that everyone's like in love with for whatever reason. I feel like that area, like you get through it super fast, right? Like when you get it to it right away, and then like no sooner are you in it that you basically like kill them off, and you're like, okay, done, right? You kill like everyone and you move on. So I don't know. I feel like the pacing in RE8 wasn't like great. You've beaten RE7 14 times. Have you played RE7 in VR? Because I heard people say RE7 VR was like really good. So if you played it 14 times, but you haven't played the VR version, then you might want to look into that.
Quite the swim, eh?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I figured. Yeah, I figured, but. See you washed up safely as well. Let's take a moment to dry before we make our next moves. Got motion sickness. Yeah, that's why I don't play VR games myself. I usually get motion sickness from them. Uh, yeah, it's not even like motion sickness because I don't get PSVR is bad for that. Yeah, I don't get motion sickness from like anything in real life. The only thing that's made me feel queasy ever has been VR. So that's kind of why I stay away from it. The one thing that bugs me about RE7, and I know it's like a game and whatever, but I don't like the whole like, oh, just pour this like liquid on or whatever, and like your hands back and this and whatever. You get no sickness on the quest. Really? That's interesting. I wonder if it's like my specific headset then that's like, I don't know, adding or causing it. Take a moment to dry before we make our next moves. Where are we? If I'm not mistaken, we're dangerously close to Majelka and the mortal emperor's worm of a servant, Spymaster Zarek. But don't you worry, I have a plan. What is
We
the
have to
plan?
get back to the outcasts.
It's simple, really. I have
I
a
know someone
contact who can help us
but we'll
reestablish.
have to go into the city of Majelka.
Okay, but you just paraphrased the paragraph. You didn't actually say what was there. The Oracle. That was the best part of 7. Uh oh, the magic like liquid that heals you right away. I just when I saw that I was like, really? Like what the hell is this shit? Like what am I seeing here? She is a millennia old Nagasa woman who has somehow evaded both the Emperor's wrath and his foul gift. She survived under Spymaster Eric's nose for a very long time. I assure you she'll be glad to aid us. Hand cut off? No issue. Throw some liquid on it. Yeah, exactly. Like, it still works. What are we waiting
We
for?
haven't been formally
Aha!
introduced.
I wonder they
I'm
sent you to
Ulrich.
assist me. Go on
Pleased
ahead.
to
I'll do my
meet
best
you.
to cover the signs that we washed up here. I'll meet you in Majelka. Goodbye. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of prefer the magic herb thing myself, but you know, that's fine. Let's start putting points into straight boosted damage. Yeah, let's do that. Aid from an oracle. Wow, look at this biggin. This dude's hella big. But still dead. Do we want this copper ring of regrowth? No, we don't. Why is a scorpion here on the beach? The only thing I can think of that makes sense is that it has high cell regeneration when it has contact with a wound. I mean, I guess so, right? But like, there was never any explanation about like the magic liquid, from what I can remember. And it's like everywhere, right? So if it was something like super high tech like that or whatever, like why are you finding it everywhere in unlikely places? I mean, there is a spoiler reason why he like can reattach his hand and whatever, right? From like RE8. But even so, the magical liquid of limb reattachment doesn't quite get a pass in my book. I think it was in one of the papers you can read when you get to the lab. Is it really? Did they actually explain it? The person I watched do the playthrough probably skipped over it and like didn't read it out to everyone, so that's probably why I missed it then. Since I didn't play it, right, I just like watched someone stream it. There we go. Okay, so now we need to pick what our next specialization spell is going to be. They might have, yeah. I mean, that's like most likely, honestly, right? Because it's hard to read every like note and memo, especially like when you're live and you don't want to like let people get bored or something. Let's see what we can do with Meteor because we might want to add some stuff here. Force of impact. You can stun enemies. Okay. Extinction increases large meteor chance. Nice. Like the chance of that. This does Craterborn. Increase fire damage and cast speed for a short duration. Doesn't stack. And Cycle of Fire. Casting Fireball restores mana. That's awesome. Celestial Celerity. Increased cast speed but costs more. Meteor falls faster. Okay. They explained how the girl was really old and she just used the projections so people would see her as a little girl again. I do remember that part. Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel bad too because she was like a science experiment, but I do remember. I remember that part. They didn't skip that part. Yep. Aftermath. After you cast Meteor, you recover a portion of the mana spent over the next 3 seconds. You can only recover mana from one cast at once, so if you cast Meteor again within 3 seconds, you lose the remaining mana you would have recovered from the first cast. Okay. That seems fair. This... Okay, let's see what this strat does. Force of Impact, you can stun. Rapid Descent, it falls faster. That might be worth putting points to. Twin Meteors, an additional meteor falls within a 4 meter radius of the first, but meteor costs much more, 70% more. Shit. Distant Craters, meteor deals more damage, but meteors fall further apart. Meteor Shower, more meteors fall per cast, but individual meteors deal damage in a smaller area. That might actually still be worth. Infernal Column, meteors fall in a line. That sounds dumb. Rapid impacts, they fall more frequently. This does not affect the total number of meteors that fall. Okay. Rain of Fire, more meteors fall per cast. Okay. And then, so this way was the Craterborn, Shattering Star. Chance to break into shrapnel, hitting nearby enemies. Rapid breakup, shrapnel travels faster. Jagged fragments, piercing remnants. What was this? The Celestial Celerity. So this one was Crushing Force, more damage, and even more against enemies at full health. Infernal Descent deals more damage, but reduced cast speed. Oof. Stardust, more damage of all types except fire. Weird. I would probably have done the same as her. The last thing she said before she melted was, "Why does everyone hate me?" Well, think about her parents. We'll never know what happened to her daughter. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty sad. Honestly, this is like the okay, not Umbrella's fault, right? Like anyone doing like experiments on like little kids and stuff. And Apocalyptic Impact deals damage on a larger area of effect. Well, that sounds pretty cool. So this seems like an easy way of going. We're gonna specialize in Meteor. Yes, we are. And I actually kind of liked a lot of different trees in this one. This was before Umbrella. Yeah, no, that's why I said not Umbrella, right? Like, they're basically doing, like, the bad infernal, whatchamacallit, experiments, right? Like, before. I didn't like Mia, but I chose her because of the lore. I didn't like Mia either, honestly. Um, I didn't care all that much for her myself. But I think it makes sense. You know what's weird is everyone has chosen her. Every playthrough I've seen has always chosen her, and I've never seen someone say like, you know what, we're gonna choose this chick instead. I think it'd be interesting to see that happen. Wait, what was this? Base critical. Oh, this was the chance of getting a large meteor. World Ender always crits if you have more than 400 mana before you cast it. Okay, well I'm far away from that. I think we're going to give chance to stun. I like that. I'm going to put one in upped damage. Which one was this? The shattering things. Cycle of fire. Don't think I'm not going to put points in that right now. Falls faster. I'm going to put a point in falling faster. I think we want to go here. We want to do these. So we'll make Meteor fall significantly faster. And recover some mana. Yeah. The other girl definitely deserves it more. She helps you through the entire game, and Mia helped cause all of it. Yeah. Mia helped cause all of it. Yeah, that's true. Mia basically is like to blame, right? And this other girl is like really an innocent victim, right? Her whole family were innocent victims at the beginning. So I definitely agree that that other girl deserved it more. Chose the other girl only because of the achievement. Interesting. What was the achievement for that? Like just the fact that you didn't choose Mia and they gave you an achievement? That seems interesting. Yeah, honestly, like getting the backstory for like the that family, it really is like a really sad kind of thing. Oh, you should choose both. Got it. Okay.
Fools. Fools.
It does fall faster. Nice. Gold! Nice. Look at all that gold. I have no idea what we need the gold for. But, you know, better to have and not need than need and not have. Can't wait till Meteor doesn't cost a metric shit ton. Lucas can suck up pee-pee. Yeah, his character was super annoying to me. I hated him.
I cannot do that.
I couldn't stand that character. Um, yeah, I'm with you on that one, dude. He killed a kid when he was a kid. Yes, he did. He did kill a kid. As a kid. The other thing was like I think this was in a DLC, right? Where you're doing like that card game or whatever, right? Where he like sets you up like you and that other victim dude against each other. Like what the hell, dude? Like okay. This is a psycho twisted guy. Meh. Clancy. There we go. Yeah. That's the guy's name. That sucked so much. Yeah, Lucas was the worst, dude. I hated I hated that character. Yeah, no, he is a huge victim, it's true. If I remember correctly, like he was the camera dude, right? From like the tutorial like beginning bit. Or the first videotape or whatever. That was Clancy, right? Was the guy, the cameraman. Didn't really need to use a meteor on the crows. That was a little overkill. I think I might try that. Yeah. Yeah, he was. Yeah, you play as all three of them, right? Honestly, the later stage, like playing as Mia, didn't seem as I don't know, like interesting to me. Uh, I actually this is something that I've noticed in my opinion. Resident Evil games seem to have like a late game pacing issue, where like you'll get through the beginning part, and then you'll hit this like stage of the game where you're telling yourself like this feels like I'm in like the last stretch to the end of the game, and then that last stretch will just kind of keep stretching, kind of like for a long time. That's kind of how I feel. A lot of Resident Evil games do. We do more elemental damage and more cold damage. Lose some of the direct lightning damage. I mean, we'll try it out. We'll try it out. Why not? Actually, let's see real quick. Can we build stuff on this? We can. So we can up cold damage. Hold on, hold on. Wait, I don't know if I wanted to do that. How many cold things do I have? How do I reset? Like this. I only have one cold damage thing, so I don't necessarily know if I want to... But I can up elemental damage, because I have a good number of those. Right? No? Am I looking at this wrong? Okay, well it worked, so who cares? How do I remove this? I didn't want to do that. Uh, Like, how do you just reset what's in here? Like, get rid of whatever completely. Lunch is on its way now. Sweet! What are you having for lunch? I am looking forward to lunch myself. Or brunch, breakfast, whatever. I'm looking forward to eating. Food is good. Yes. That is correct, Shrimp. Food is good. Tickle bell. Doesn't tickle when it's had its way with you, though. I'll tell you that. Ah, Scorpion survived, did it? Okay, nice, nice. It is very good. Yep. It's an excellent question, Shrimp Apparel. I don't really know what's for lunch. I haven't gone that far. Favorite fast food place? Nice, cool, cool. Yeah, I have no problems with Taco Bell. I just don't really eat fast food too much. So my problem with Taco Bell is the menu has too many things on it. So I'm like, what the hell do you even order? Um, which I guess isn't necessarily a bad thing. Chinese food sounds good. Huh. Yeah, I mean, Chinese food does actually kind of sound good. It's been a long time since I've had Chinese food. Exception, what's up, bro? Hi, Hop Up Bears. This is Last Epic. I'll stay a while and listen. Ah, it's too funny. Welcome, Exception. How you doing, bro? Let's give you a quick... Because I know... Yep, last playing Diablo 2 Resurrected. I saw that. I watched that. How's it going, man? Doing good. I'm doing great. I'm pretty hungry, actually. And we were kind of discussing food. And I might end up having Chinese food. Because, yeah, that sounds pretty good. And it's been a long time. Yeah. Chinese food for the win. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's hard to go wrong with Chinese food. I think the only time that Chinese food doesn't sound good is if you're not in the mood for it. Not getting cravings for yourself. Yeah, like that's what happens, right? You just think of whatever your favorite dish is, and you're like, yeah, I kind of want to eat this now. You're back. Gonna meet the Dasher. Right on, man. Sounds good. Oh, exception. I did end up claiming that that beta thing for Diablo 2, and I did play a little bit the other day after work, so I tried it out. I did end up running into some of the same bugs that you did, so it's not just you. It happened to me as well. So yeah, they have to they have some stuff left to fix in that game, for sure. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was really cool that you left the stream on, and yeah, I was able to claim that. That was really cool. Always good to know it's not your rig. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with your system, dude. I think that's just beta growing pains that it's gonna have to get through. Fall could up fall speed some more, unlock the number of meteors and the cost, but it needs more meteors. Yeah, no problem, dude. It was my pleasure to join. Yeah, I've lurked a couple times on your stream, but you're usually on when I'm working, so I can't always like actually like type and interact. But I've put you on a few times, and I put you on whenever I see that you're streaming, to have you on to at least accompany me in the background while I'm working. So yeah, very cool. It was just lucky the last time when you were playing Diablo that it was like a slow day at work. Yeah, so I was able to actually like say what's up and chat and stuff. Let's try out the oh, it comes way faster. That's a huge improvement. Nice. Yeah, EU time zone. Yeah, it happens. Is this maybe okay? So we're gonna look at some gear real quick here. More resistance is great. More fire damage is also great. Give up some necrotic resistance, but we're not fighting them right now, so I think we're gonna put that on. So we're carrying a different thing. Yeah, we have another little thing hanging there. Can't do the staff because that would get rid of the thing that we just put on. This 20% mana regen. We're gonna wear that. What the hell is this thing? Oh, it's an acolyte specific item. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's always tough with the time zone things. Ah, run away. Wow, this scorpion has a ton of health. Guess I've gotten into a habit of putting on streamers during work. Yeah, yeah, it's hard, right? Like, it's not a great habit. Let's be real. It's not the best habit, but kind of gives it a bit of an office-like feel somehow. I can see that, yeah. I try, yeah, I mean, I try not to worry about it. For me, it's like, as long as I'm still getting my work done, then I try not to, like, feel too guilty about it. Because the other thing is, it's kind of nice to, like, get that office feel, right? Where you're hearing someone, like, talk about whatever they're doing, talking to, like, their chat, talking about the game, all of that. I don't know, it's nice. It helps sometimes. Plus, like, if you need to, like, actually focus on something, you can turn the volume down, as opposed to, like, being in person in the office when you need some quiet, but you ask them to be quiet and they keep talking anyway, right? So it's like all the perks of like that office feel, with none of the drawbacks. So it's great. So this one's like the one we have, but just better. Except we're doing less cold damage. Like it's slightly increasing adaptive spell, more fire damage, more crit chance, but less cold damage. Actually, I kind of like, can I see how much damage I do of a certain kind? Novice used to listen to coworkers talk as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's how you mute them. Yeah, for me, like when I was still in the office, it was actually kind of a nightmare, right? Because they all do the open floor plan, so I was basically stuck with people like on all sides of me, working as well, and people would constantly come to the dude that had it was like right across from me, right over. So they would come and they would just like hang over my desk, chatting to that guy, like day in day out. So it was a nightmare, and it was like really hard to stay productive and get any work done because I constantly have people like hanging over my desk chatting like all day, right? At least now, like I work from home, I have my own office. It's quiet. I don't have any distractions. I can put on a stream and listen to it and like watch if it's like really slow. Like I don't know, it's just better. Ants Gaming, hi, welcome. How are you? Glad to have you with us. How is it going? We're gonna see. Does this? So literally fire damage only changes slightly, but all other damage types are better with this type. So yeah, that's kind of an obvious. I like that this game has all the stats here. You guys can't see all of them because my face is there. Okay, working on a commission that you'll sleep after you finish. Well, that's great. It's awesome you have a commission. I'm sure it looks fantastic already. This game is called Epoch. It's an ARPG, so it's kind of the same like game genre as the Diablo games, where you just kind of run around, you fight monsters, you pick up their stuff that they drop, and you kind of do that over and over again. Uh, yeah, and there is a story that we're sort of following as well. Welcome back, Gators. Got the food and everything. These little guys are cute. It's actually kind of sad that we're having to fight them. Oh, those big ones are angry that we attacked the little guys. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Taco time. Right on. Tacos are yummy. Although, I think I'm still stuck on the Chinese food idea. Not quite won over to tacos. It's 3:43 a.m. Why are you still awake? Ants Gaming at 3:43 a.m. Give me taco. Crab rangoons are yummy. I don't even really like crab, but crab rangoons are, yeah, delicious. I'm behind on commission progress. Oh, okay. I mean that explains the all-nighter. Cheese crab rangoon. I think even the ones without cheese are probably just as good too. I think the last time I had crab rangoons, they were not the cheese variety, but they were still delicious. $5 taco? Better be a big taco. Also, you better have some kind of like vacuum seal to send it all the way overseas. Eat fast or sleep. I think sleep is probably the priority when it's 3:43, right? Sleep is probably more important. It probably depends on where you're getting the taco from. There's probably tacos that are $5 actually. I don't know. Someone who knows better can probably answer that. $2.59. Yeah, that sounds like a reasonable. Wow, skeleton bro, Rouge Zabat. Oh, hello. Please, please be at ease. I mean you no harm. listen to me for but a moment. Why aren't you attacking me? Oh, just because you are living, I assume? No, no. I leave that nonsense to the soldiers and the inquisitors. I merely, I am merely a researcher who has been captivated by Majelka's rich history. I have pleaded with Spymaster Zarek to regale me with his knowledge of the time of Majasa's rule, but alas, he is always quick to rebuff me. A shame! What did you wish to ask me? I am in need of assistance with some research that the Spymaster hasn't entirely approved yet. Oh, you know how bureaucracy is, I'm sure. I have a theory that a hoard of gems from the now existent Nagasa lies somewhere in the desert between here and Majelka. Could you be persuaded to investigate it for me? I may. Splendid. You will be rewarded handsomely, I promise. If you find signs of the gems, meet with me within Majelka proper and tell me all you've discovered. Hurry on now. Zarek's thugs, I mean my bodyguards, will return shortly. Cool. Okay, so we got that too. That's cheap. That is, yeah, I mean, that is like a Taco Bell price, sure. But even like if you go to like a taco truck, that like a truck that actually is selling tacos or whatever, I think like $2 is probably about what they'd be for. That seems familiar. Wraith Dunes, is that the next area? Yes. I wish they will open Taco Bell here on C. C? I also would like to know where C is. But not all street tacos are created equal. That is very true, Shrimp. In the middle of the sea. A taco in the middle. Oh, Southeast Asia. Ah, yes. All the mermaids would get fat. I don't know. I mean, like, fish and like shrimp tacos, right? Like, they're not that fattening, right? The merlion would be okay with it. Oops, I didn't mean to run into that. It's the tortilla carbs. That's true. Shrimp is a lean protein. Yep. I don't know. Mermaids may exist. They may not. That's excuse me. Look at them like run up and start clubbing me. There are some pretty deep conspiracies about that stuff. Yeah, I can definitely see. We can hope the legend is all over the world. Yeah. Also, I mean, like the ocean is like so vast and deep. We haven't really even explored all of it. So I mean, I think it's very possible. Bigfoot. The U.S. has reality TV shows about what? Mermaids? I think there's something out in the ocean that's just waiting for humanity to mess up. Yeah, unfortunately, it's already been 3 hours and 20 minutes, and I'm super hungry. And everyone started talking about food, and Uh, yeah, I'm really hungry, and I haven't eaten anything today. Um, I usually only go for like 3 hours, give or take. But sure, are patient then, because we've been doing a great job so far. That's true. Yeah, if anything's waiting for humanity to screw up, they are taking their time. Yeah, you're welcome to drop in at any time, and it's really happy that you could pop in. Really appreciate it, and I hope you catch up in progress really fast so you can get some sleep because yeah, if it's like around 4 a.m. now, that's just terrible. You need to get some rest. Thank you for popping in. It was a pleasure. Um, yeah. So, with that said, nuclear war it'll be too late by that point, right? Because we'll all be gone. They'll have nothing to unless they're just waiting to like fill in after we're gone. Like waiting till nuclear war, it's too late. Um, we should. You know what? Everyone should go to the Discord and pop it, like join, and we can talk about this conspiracy theory further in the Discord. I'm on that thing like all day, so yeah, if we want to keep talking about this stuff, that's the place to do it. Thank you, Shrimp, for popping that. Yes, yes. Also, let's make sure we do the shout outs for the folks. And Gators, I'll give you one too. I think you mentioned you didn't start streaming again. Yeah, you haven't started yet, but you will soon. Make a conspiracy channel. Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I will make a conspiracy channel. If you guys want to have a space there specifically for throwing out wild, crazy theories and talking about that stuff, I can definitely make a conspiracy channel. That could be pretty funny and fun. So yeah, really happy you guys could join the stream. It was a ton of fun. Thanks for the support. Everything was really great. You guys basically make the stream what it is. It's all you guys, not me. So thanks for joining. If you guys join the Discord, thanks for that as well. Look forward to talking to you guys in there and staying in touch. You won't start for a few weeks. No worries, no worries. I'll catch you when you do start. No problem. We'll talk in between then and now. So I'll be aware. But yeah, that's basically it for me. Again, huge thanks. I hope you guys have a great morning, evening, day, whatever time it is where you are. Ants, you need to get some sleep, so I hope you get some sleep. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next time. So until then, take care. Bye bye.